Rosie is the queen of the girls, brown eyes and brown hair in curls. Watch her fix her crown with swollen hands. Pantry stacked with baked bean cans. Excuses and trauma dumps. Self-righteous pumps. Arms crossed tight, jaws set hard. Acting like she owns the yard. Rosie thinks she reigns the room, talking loud to hide the broom. Rolls across the floor in chair, glares at the stalkers with her stare. Rides through kitchen in a battered chair, pretends she doesn't need no care. Family calls, she lets it ring. Mattress rumps, only fling. Excuses and trauma dumps. Self-righteous pumps, calling everyone a chump. Arms, legs, and liberty love. Rosie thinks she reigns the room, talking loud to hide
Hello. Poof, here we are. I don't know. I just felt like going live. Nothing's going on. Nobody's live. Nothing to cover. But I just thought, maybe we'll watch something. I just got to find my glasses. Hold on a second, because I can't see a thing. Poof, here we are. So, I have a couple of things. I saw somebody else did an interview on the We're All Insane podcast about being groomed into feederism by her family member, which I thought was interesting. We can also take a look at Rosie's Instagram stories. Why don't we watch that for now? Because they're interesting today. Okay, where's my Instagram? Is that it? That's it, I think. Well, I'm not sharing. Okay, so these are Rosie's Instagram stories from today. Okay, so the what she's talking about is, you don't know the price that I pay. And then what she's saying is, being a meme is something I'm not stating as a joke because I know the context of it outside of a dramatic trailer moment. Those two weirdos have lost so much relevance. It speaks for itself. Now, I don't know who she's talking about with the weirdos. But she does have Xiomara tagged, but I don't know. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, it helps if I push sound. God almighty. And then some Disney.
Bro, I can't sleep because of course I can't. And I'm scrolling on TikTok and I mean, I'm so serious. A TikTok popped up and it was me on the We're All Insane podcast, and someone clipped me talking about my early childhood trauma, from when I was 6 years old. And I'm staring at this.
Sorry. Stephanie, which question is this to? Yeah, but Rosie said in that interview she wasn't, didn't she? Wasn't what? I'm not sure. Give me some more context.
And I realized that my fucking For You page gave me a video of an account with 0 followers of a video posted an hour ago. And
Yes. So in the We're All Insane podcast, she said she was groomed. But then when we watched a few other things, like Rosie's Instagram from a few years ago, and those magazines interviews, am I muted? Sorry. She said that she went in for financial reasons, for the adoration, all that stuff. Like her narrative doesn't make sense, right? Like we've already laid that out, that her narrative has not made sense at all between her own words, her own interviews in the magazines, and then what she says on certain podcasts. So
and my username's not associated and none of that. What is my life? What is my fucking life? Like, actually.
So I don't know what she's complaining about here. She's seen stuff about her on her For You page. Okay.
Is this just the consequences of my own actions? I think the answer here is yes.
Yes.
But my point is, what the fuck? I forgot to mention, there was only 3 videos on the account. They were all posted an hour ago. They were all me. It was just weird. And it was like all clips that were like not ever viral. They were just like random moments of the interview. It was very uncomfortable and weird to be on the receiving end of that. That was really the thought. Because I would love to be asleep right now. Oh my God. And I'm not.
I dislike this picture of Rosie and Remy so much. So much. Like, they have such better pictures of the two of them. Like, I think she does this for like a clickbait, like a rage bait. Yeah, hi Frosty, I just started. I just decided to go live, like, for no reason. Like, even the ones where they were saying goodbye to each other was so much better than this. This is rage bait. This is clickbait. Because he looks like, oh, am I going to be offensive in the first 5 minutes? Oh, it's been 7 minutes, so maybe I can be offensive. He looks special here. Like, he looks like Rosie is his caretaker here. Like, Rosie's taking him on a day trip together. And Rosie looks 4 times his size here. Like, this is a terrible picture, and I don't know why she keeps using it unless to enrage us. Like, this is not a good picture at all. At all. They both look like, oh my God, am I going to say it? Ugh. How do I say this? They both look like they're on a day trip on a very short bus. How about that? Okay, and we just got bad music. Okay, and so this last one is the APA has released official guidelines for treating adults with complex trauma. But guess what? CPTSD is still not in the DSM. Let's talk about it. Okay. All right, Rose. They do. like I have a kid that has extra needs. And I'm a very sarcastic mom. Like, I'm a very sarcastic mom. And my kids don't get away with much shit. Do you know what I mean? And if they're acting bizarre or weird or like jerks, I call them out on it. And sometimes my son, who like, he's doing really well. Like, he's not like level 3 or anything, but he may not live alone. We just don't know. But sometimes he does stuff and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And then sometimes I'm like, like, what are you doing? And yeah, I'm very sarcastic with him. I don't know. Anyways, weird kid. Yeah. They like, sometimes I have to tell him to, like, because I think sometimes he, like, and it's hard because you guys don't know my son, but sometimes I think he kind of plays into some things often because he does things that are not a character of him, and I know when he's kind of playing into it, right? And I'm like, ugh, I always call him out. What are you doing here? Like, they're going to change your bus schedule if you keep doing this, acting like this. Because sometimes he plays right into it, especially when he's getting lots of attention and stuff. I don't know. That might sound terrible, but you know, he's doing good. He got on a roll. He hasn't spoken a word to anybody in school in 2 years, but he got on a roll. So we're proud of him. So what do you guys feel like watching? Do you want to watch? Are you guys getting sick of Rosie? Do you want to watch that We're All Insane? Yeah, it's kind of a observation. Sometimes he just needs a little like reality check sometimes, I think. Do you want to watch old Rosie? I have her membership for like a couple more days. We can watch some old Rosie. We haven't done that in a while. Or do you want me to do a poll? Like, I wish I could find the live that she was on. Retro. I think Libby had it, but I don't know how to find like the original. But poll. Okay, let me do a poll. Okay, so start a poll. When Roz, yes. I know I covered it. I don't know what live it was that she said that. It was probably shortly after, like it's got to be an old one, and probably shortly after, like Ash started covering her. Okay, what else do we have? Or we can watch old Instagram lives of Rosie's. Yeah, I know she was sitting in the kitchen and she was like mad as heck. But and she was talking about white knighting. I don't know if it was the same one that she talked about white knighting. But let's see how the poll is going. Oh, 50-50. Okay, let me look for old retro while we're taking the poll. How are you guys today? I know that she came out with that old membership or that new membership one, but I think you guys have seen it like 18 times and probably don't want to see it again. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, gosh. Phew. Okay. Okay, I'm just looking. Wow, she has deleted a lot. Wow. Have we done Let's Paint, Sip Wine, and Listen to Music? Or What a Day? Or opening packages from her Well, that was 2 months ago. She has erased a lot. I can't even. Wow. Okay, let me look at the poll. Old retro or old Instagrams? Okay, let's start with a retro just because it's easier. Instagram is sometimes looks funny on my computer and I have to like download them and then play them. But this one's from 9 months ago. Have you guys seen this one recently? Let me look what else there is. She only has like 6 members only. Wow. Oh, there's a French silk pie one. Have we seen that one in a while? Okay, I'm just going to go back. She's erased everything up until 6 months ago. Am I insane? Oh, here, why don't I share this while we're looking? Oh, no, it's just how I can't see. Do you guys want to watch The Obese to Beast? Have you guys seen that one in a while? Oh, I'm sure somebody has them archived. I don't. I just don't have the room on my laptop. Hi, Andrea. Do you guys? Oh, I'm not even sharing. I've never seen that one. You're not a fan of him. Let's just watch it. I'm not a fan of him either, and so maybe we can make some comments on what he's saying because he has yet to say that Rosie is fucked up. He sure talks about Tess and Foodie and Amberlynn. He sure talks about those girls a lot and how they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing and stuff like this. But he has yet to say anything about Rosie, which I find interesting, which I wonder why.
Make me feel othered. For his channel, make sure to go watch that video. It was a really awesome conversation. So I kind of just wanted to jump right into it and ask you a little bit about your story, and kind of with your health journey, as well as like how this conversation.
Okay, so I think this is Rosie interviewing him. Yes. This is Rosie interviewing him. So I don't think I've seen this one.
Came to happen.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear your side of that.
Oh man. Okay. So a little bit about my story. So I'm 30 now. When I was 20 was when I was at my heaviest. So my heaviest was around 400.
So they had a little collab where he interviewed her and now she's interviewing him, which he hadn't done with any of the other girls.
I don't have like a set number because I didn't look at a scale
Chucky
for a
Dan.
while. I actually didn't look until I had lost a little bit of weight. But at that point in my life, I was just very scared. I had like this probably irrational fear, but it was a fear that I had of like.
Yes, like I have a feeling that he is very forgiving, but why? And someone said that, like, why is he still calling out Amberlynn and Foodie, but not Rosie? And someone said it was because Amberlynn, like, he offered help and Amberlynn pretty much said, F you. And then he's like, okay, it's on. But he offered help to Rosie too, and Rosie pretty much said F you. Like, I just don't understand. It feels a little weird to me.
My weight being like very detrimental to my health to where it might like kill me, right? So like I was 20 years old, afraid of being alone in a room because I thought to myself, like, if I have a heart attack and I'm like on the ground, no one will be able to help me. Again, Is that realistic? I don't know. Like I didn't have any super huge pressing health issues when I was that age, but I just had that fear. And then obviously as anyone, I think, well, I don't want to say anyone, but as a lot of people growing up that are especially like the biggest person in the school, you know, you deal with
I think Rosie has that fear of being alone. Look how much younger she looks here. This is 2 years ago. She looks completely different, I think. Like, do you think she has a fear of being alone and falling or something happening?
I was lucky enough that I didn't deal with too much bullying, but that was because I bullied myself a lot. So I
Well,
made fun of
good like
myself a
her.
lot to where, you know,
Yeah.
other people couldn't really make fun of me. And so that was super common. And I just had like, I had always wanted to lose weight, you know, my entire life growing up. And it was always something that I wanted to do. And a big part of that was definitely vanity, like if I'm being real, but especially as I got older and, you know, 20 isn't
Agreed.
old, but like as I got older and bigger, like there were more and more things that I couldn't do that really, really frustrate me. So like I skated when I was younger and I was never very good. And I felt like my weight was really something that held me back a lot in that. And that was really frustrating because I spent years trying to get good and I just felt like I never did.
Okay.
Part of that was also I just never committed because I was kind of scared. I didn't want to hurt myself. But you know, things like that. And there was just so many things that I felt like I was missing out on. And we kind of talked about it in my video where I said like I never felt like I was living. I was just kind of like,
I also feel that Rosie is friends with his researcher or friends with, I don't know if it's his partner even, but his researcher or partner, I'm not sure which one, is in Rosie's chat or used to be in Rosie's chat a lot. I don't know if they still are.
existing, right? And so at 20 years old, decided to start losing weight. That's a whole thing. I lost, you know, 180 pounds ish. Again, I don't know exactly how much because I don't know my starting weight, but I lost a lot of weight. That's a whole literal channel of stuff. But like, you know, I went through weight loss, lost a lot of the weight. It's been 10 years since I've lost the weight. You know, I was really lucky that I ended up I made a video about my loose skin that went really viral. And that's what kind of
So I used to watch John. I liked him. I used to watch him. I liked his stuff. And this was like 3 or 4 years ago, I think. And I used to watch it religiously. And then I realized, then I just started, I started, and then he interviewed Rosie. And then shit started happening with Rosie, but he just kept on calling out ALR and foodie. And it was kind of repetitive. And he wanted to be in girl, like he was part of Girl World and had Girl World merch. But then he wasn't giving the same energy to everybody, I felt. And then that got me. I was like, why aren't you giving out the same energy?
made it to where I could do this for a living. And since then I've been making videos on, you know, how to lose weight. And then more recently I do a lot more like commentary style videos talking about the weight loss space. And especially more recently since like, I would say like 2020 is when it really started to ramp up, was body positivity, health at every size, fat
That makes
activism.
sense, Trella.
Again, they're not the same thing, but there's a lot of, you know, intersectionality,
Overlap.
I guess. Yeah. With those things. And I started getting people saying that I was fat phobic and I'd never heard that word before. And I was like, what? Like they said my name, just the fact that it's Obese to Beast was fat phobic. And I was just like, I don't even know what that is. Like I had never heard of it. And then I started doing research and, you know, there was definitely a time in 2020, probably maybe even 2021, where I was a lot more against it. And I felt like I had to fight it, where now I am less so against it. I'm against the dangerous parts, what I consider. And I try and, you know, I would say speak out about them, but just warn people. And it is not just fat acceptance or anything like that. It's the fitness space as well. There's a lot of really, really detrimental stuff when it comes to the fitness space and people thinking they're being healthy when they're not. And there's a whole nother aspect as well. But obviously the way that we got connected was you did that interview on, was it the We're All Insane? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, we're all
Okay.
in the same podcast.
Yeah. And I saw that and I had a few people reach out to me, and then my producer Rachel, who I work with, she was like, yeah, I think this could be really interesting. Rachel does a lot behind the scenes and she helps me with like getting content and stuff. And so
yeah, Rachel was the one that was in Rosie's chat. So what I'm probably muted. No. So what I'm getting is Rosie has gotten a lot of not advertisement, but a lot of eyes on her from that We're All Insane podcast. And so the narrative that she told on that We're All Insane podcast is what people are believing, right? And so she has to kind of keep it up, but she's getting a lot of attention. And Rosie thought that she would get good attention for that. And then in fact, she's not getting good attention from it. Like Rosie always talks about how it has over 1 million views and the clip has 1 million views. Like Rosie wants attention. She wants good attention though. Yeah. Yeah. Exposure. Exactly. She could have gotten and leveraged it to her advantage. Okay, before we continue. Okay. Well, let's watch this. I have something else. Remind me.
She was really kind of integral into making that happen. But so I watched the podcast that I thought was really interesting.
Oh my God, even her face looks fake. Like she looks so disinterested and fake when interviewing him. Like it doesn't seem genuine.
And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do like a response, I guess. Kind of like I cut up the podcast and the parts that I felt were interesting for my channel, at least. And I shared my response. And luckily, it was able to make its way back to you and you were receptive, which isn't always the case, which is understandable. And
Yeah,
that's kind of how this all happened. Hopefully that was a good
Exactly.
explanation of everything, but
Absolutely. No, thank you so much. And to backtrack a little bit, I am curious, what would you attribute to the bulk of your weight loss to? Like in aspects of the how?
I mean, it mainly diet. Like, it's
Like calorie restriction?
yeah, like I've talked about this before, but the way that
Maybe it's not even calorie restriction, Rosie. Like maybe it's just the calories for what you should be eating. Like and a small deficit. Like I think Rosie automatically thinks calorie restriction. Well, maybe it's just normal calorie intake. Instead of like 7,000 calories, just 3,600. Or like that should be for her weight. Do you know what I mean?
that I lost weight, I would not recommend to other people. It wasn't healthy. Like
Okay.
I ended up developing BED,
Yeah.
binge eating disorder. And
Okay.
because so when I first started losing weight, I literally knew nothing, right? I wasn't one of those people that like had like this like background knowledge, because a lot of people that are bigger, they know a lot about like calories and how to lose weight, but it's just hard to put it together, right? I wasn't that
Implement,
person.
absolutely.
Yeah, I wasn't that person. I didn't know.
But when she first came out and she was doing all these like meal preps, and she had quite a lot of support and people really believed in her when she first started losing the weight. And it looked like she was doing it, but apparently all of it was fake. She was like ordering DoorDash behind the scenes and it wasn't fully truthful. It's when she just dropped it in a second because Christmas was coming and she got dumped by a boy, catfished by a boy. And then she's like, "Oh, I'll start in January." And it was like October. And like, what do you mean January? That's 3 months away.
If you told me carbs, fats, protein, I was like, I don't know what that is. I just didn't understand it, right? So I was starting from a complete place of ignorance, which isn't a bad thing. You're ignorant to something you don't know. It is what it is, right? And so when I first started losing weight, I just did what I call the common sense diet, which again, it started off good. So like for me, I was a very big soda drinker. I would drink a 2-liter of soda a day. I ate fast food pretty much every day. It was just junk food, chips, all of that stuff, right? So I just was like, okay, common sense diet. I'm going to cut out the stuff that, regardless of how much you know about nutrition, you probably shouldn't be eating if you want to lose weight or, focus on that, right? And so for me, that was soda, which was, again, a huge thing, fast food and junk food, which really was a big part of my diet. So like
I think soda for Roz is a big thing, even though she's having diet soda. I think it's just the copious amount she drinks a day, like 2 liters a day, if not more. It's just a lot, even if it is diet soda.
drastically changed quite a bit at the start. And again, it started out as a good thing. I felt like it was really healthy, quote unquote, for me. And I really did see quite a bit of progress. But then obviously I was like, okay, how is this working? Because up until that point, I had never lost really any weight. I was never successful at all. Like the most weight I maybe lost was 10 pounds, right? I wasn't the person that would lose 50 pounds and gain it back, right? I was so unsuccessful up until that point that I truly felt like it was impossible for me to lose weight. Like it was like, I would joke around with my friends like, oh, I don't have a metabolism, or my thyroid has been removed or something, like I just felt like it was impossible for me to. And so once I realized it was working, I was like, okay, I want to continue doing this. And then that's when it started to get a little unhealthy, because I started to learn about calories and I started to learn about that stuff. And then in my brain,
The other problem with Rosie is because she did lose some weight. Like she did get down to 450, 455. The problem with Rosie is that she ties her self-worth, she ties her whole identity into being super morbidly obese. She thinks that that's the only way she's going to get any sort of attention from males or females or whomever. And it's her identity, it's her whole personality. She feels that she's ugly when she loses weight, even though she was still 450 pounds. You know, like I don't think she'll ever be successful until she can break that tie to her identity.
I equated
She won't be special. She won't be quirky. She won't have something unique about her.
calories to bad. And because it was like the excess calories that put me in this
Yeah,
position that I
so
don't want to
bad.
be in anymore. So I need to avoid them at all costs. And so I really, really heavily restricted to where I was probably eating, 700 to 1,000 a day. And that was just obviously too little. And then that's when the BED, the binge eating kind of started, because I would go, 2, 3, 4 days really restricting. And in my head, like, I'm doing it right. But then after the 4th day, I would binge, and I felt, and then I would feel really bad. I'd feel bad about myself. I'd be like, okay, we have to get right back on. And that's how
All right, this is an educational thing because the B word is being said a lot. I don't know how this is still on her channel, but it's educational YouTube. We're talking, it's fair use. I'm giving comments and opinions and whatever the fuck else you want me to say. I don't know YouTube. I don't know YouTube.
that's how the cycle would continue, right? Because then after the binge, I feel a lot of guilt. I over restrict. It lasts for a couple days. The binge happens, yada, yada, yada. We've all heard that repeat over and over again, right? And so that was really unhealthy. And there was a time in my life where because obviously a lot of people lose weight, but then they gain it back. And
We are a smart channel, YouTube. We are a learning channel of some sort. Yeah, like when I first saw Rosie, like I got a lot of my recipes from her, and I had lost, I think, 45 pounds at the same time she did. And that's when she dumped me, to be honest, because I went into her Discord for like 2 days, and I actually went on a voice call with them, and it was the catfish guy, Rosie, me, and somebody else. Educational and learning. And I was telling her that you just have to start, Rosie. Like you just have to start. And you can't, like I was still on crutches at the time. I was pretty much immobile. I was maybe getting 300 steps in a day. And I said 90% of losing weight is in the kitchen. And I told her, I said, I've lost 45 pounds with 0 exercise. Like I did chunky dunk once a week and physio. That was it. And it wasn't like I couldn't stand on my own 2 legs, right? I couldn't stand without crutches. So it wasn't like I was running blocks or anything. And then all of a sudden, she like hated me. Well, okay, yeah. And I went into somebody else's chat. Okay. Oh yeah, that part too. I forgot. I forgot I was seen but I wasn't saying anything bad. I was just seen in somebody else's chat.
I get the question a lot, are you afraid of gaining the weight back? And at that moment, I was absolutely terrified of it because I felt out of control, right? Like I did not know how to, like that was like, I can't continue living like this. There's just no, I can't do it. And so,
But what I want to say to that is that Rosie likes to say that I infiltrated her Discord as a troll, as like a buddy troll, to get all this dirt and spy on her, when it wasn't like that at all. I was sharing my own personal journey with her. I was sharing my own personal motivations. Like I said, I need to be a mom. I need to get healthy for my kids. I have to. I don't want to be the mom in bed and then bringing me dinner. Like they're at a very young age and I need to be there for my kids. And so I was sharing my personal journey, and I didn't even have any screenshots from the Discord, nothing. I wasn't infiltrating her Discord like she likes to say I was.
I was terrified, and luckily, but at that moment, I had started going to the gym and lifting, and I had a close friend of mine. He helped me. His name's Brian. He helped me kind of understand more about lifting, and then also he was like, "You should probably be eating more," right? And that really helped me. Like for me, what I don't want to say cured my binge eating disorder because everyone's different, but what really helped me was allowing myself to eat more daily, right? So instead of eating 1,000 calories, I was eating 2,000 or more, but I wasn't having those binges, and that's how those things kind of, I don't want to say figured themselves out. It was a lot of work that I put in, but that's how it got quote unquote resolved, right? But I started lifting, and then
Yeah, she always has to villainize the people that she's in a fight with so that people will take her side, even though they don't know the truth. They don't know both sides. But she uses like these really, big words and tries to like flip the whole narrative around so that the other that people don't even want to listen to the other side. With Rosie, you always have to hear both sides.
And I started really actually learning about macros and macronutrients and tracking your macros and understanding all the nuances and stuff like that. And I tracked for a good amount of time for a few years. And then I ended up doing a men's physique show. It's like when the guys get up on stage and they're naked, right? But they wear board shorts. And so I did that, and I had to be very, very strict with my macros for that. And that was exhausting. I don't like tracking macros. It's not fun for me. It's overwhelming. It's a lot of numbers. I don't like numbers. And so I knew that I was done tracking after the show. I was like, I can't continue doing this. And that was very scary for me. But then that's when I was luckily able, very luckily, through work, but still I think luck plays a part in it. I was able to transition from tracking and doing that show and being very strict to being able to quote unquote eat intuitively. I have another word for it, which we can get into later, to where the weight, how I eat now. And I was able to transition into that without having, a massive weight gain.
Rosie loves the word intuitive eating. She loves it. That's what she decided to do. She wasn't going to track any of her stuff. She was just going to intuitively eat what her body does. But Rosie can't do that because she has no idea what a portion control is. She has no idea like really what the foods do to her body. Like she has no nutritional science, basic information background.
Like I've never had any sort of like rebound or whatever in this whole 10 years. Right. And that's something that I'm very proud of. It's been a lot of work. Again, there's a lot of luck. But I do feel like I'm just really happy with where I'm at now. But it has taken a lot of work, but diet 100% is integral. It is so important to losing weight and then keeping that weight off. And that's the most important thing. That's where a lot of people struggle. And it makes me very sad because I don't like seeing people struggle. I want to see everyone succeed and succeed forever, right? Like succeed long-term and not feel like they're on some hamster wheel or something.
Yeah, I really resonate with that, honestly, because I think that's one of the reasons why I felt so moved by your video was that kind of radiated from you, that, as you said, like wanting good for everyone, essentially. Like I was so, because to kind of go back to what you were saying earlier, like with the fat phobic comments and all of that in your username, like especially being previously,
and everything is about fat phobia and fat acceptance. Like everything is a victim mentality. It's like she has to conquer the world just to eat an apple. Do you know what I mean? Like, can she just eat whole foods without having to be a victim? Like, I don't know how they relate anymore.
In fat spaces, obese is treated almost, not literally, but almost akin to a slur. And I can empathize and understand as to why, because at the end of the day, like, random people shouldn't be calling me obese. Like, if me and my doctor need to talk about that, it's a medical term. Like, I'm a human being. Like, you want refer to me as fat.
Obese is not a medical term. Well, it is, but it's also not a medical term. Like, you can call your cat obese or your dog obese. Obese is just it's a descriptive. It's an adjective, Rosie. Obese is an adjective, just like fat is an adjective. She's so dumb.
Whatever, like, I'm fine with that, but I'm not a big fan of the word obese. Never have been. And so
she's fine with people calling her fat, but not obese. Okay.
It's interesting that you kind of brought that up. In terms of your diet, you were kind of talking about initially, it started out as like a good thing, and then it kind of morphed into disordered eating because it was almost like you were in that one extreme. You started addressing your health, and in your like chase to try to lose the weight, it kind of flipped to the other extreme. Does that kind of resonate for your experience?
Yeah, no, 100%. That's exactly what happened. Yeah.
So you said lifting is kind of what made like quote unquote helped you fix it. Is that what you said?
Yeah, like it helped me not be afraid of calories. That's like the best way to explain it, because I started to understand how much, like, if I'm not eating enough, like my workouts are going to be terrible. I would just be wasting my time in the gym. Right. And so, I know not everyone wants to like go to the gym all the time and lift, and I'm not saying you have to, but like just have like activity, right? Like understanding the relationship between calories and activity. And if you're not eating enough calories, the activity that you like, say if you really enjoy doing yoga, or you really enjoy doing, running, or you like doing kayak, whatever, right? If you're not eating enough calories, you're going to feel like crap during all of those activities. Right. And so it was like realizing that was integral for me. I think being able to transition from calories are evil to calories aren't evil, but how I use them can be quote unquote evil, or like they can be detrimental to me. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really great point.
Alice, when did you have the baby? I've been thinking about you. Congrats, congrats, congrats. You don't have to give out any personal stuff, but congrats, congrats.
So, and in fact, because recently, actually, like in some of the stuff I've been watching and trying to figure out, I've been watching other like, super fat people on TikTok doing like chair workouts and things like that, and just people talking about fitness. I've been trying to engage in more of that media, which is sometimes hard for me because I do feel like a lot of it is very othering from someone of my size and my experience. It feels very inaccessible a lot of the time. And so I've been trying to kind of gauge and figure out where I can kind of make it accessible and fit in, because as I've mentioned, I think in our previous conversation, like I have multiple leg injuries, I have multiple like pain issues, I also have like chronic nerve pain and things like that, so it's a lot to work around, and that's one of the reasons why I'm so blessed to have a pool, right?
Mhm.
But
But Rosie, like a lot of people have chronic pain, a lot of people have leg injuries. You just have to do it. You have to find what works for you. Like when I couldn't stand, I did chair exercises. I did a lot of resistant bands. You attach them to the chair and you can work out your quads, you can work out your inner thighs, your outer thighs. You can still do your arms sitting in a chair. I did hardly any cardio. At one point I started on the recumbent bike and I was so slow because it was so painful. But like you have to start somewhere regardless of your pain and stuff. You have to find a reason to fight through the pain to get to your goal. And if you don't have a reason, then the excuses are easy to come to, and am I muted? And the excuses are easy to fall into and fall back on. So you have to have a reason, whatever the reason is.
in terms of like working out, and let me know if this isn't true, but my understanding is like if you do lifting and things like lifting, it actually helps raise your like your overall metabolic rate and helps with pursuing weight loss. Like cardio is good, and like I think a lot of people kind of harp on need for cardio, and you should do cardio, of course. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but
And my physiotherapist, like, he's like, cardio, like cardio is good once you can do cardio, but really you're going to work your ass off for 37 calories, like on the bike or on the treadmill. And then you're going to be in pain for a few days because you walked for 20 minutes on a leg that wasn't ready. He says the only things that are like really great are just basic walking, if you can do that, or pool, anything in the pool, and weights, resistance training. Those are the big things at the beginning. Like once you can move and everything, then yes, but the big things are resistance training, and any cardio you can do in a pool if you have a lot of pain in your knees or ankles and stuff.
have been curious about like, because lifting is something I can do with my arms. It's something that I can do to like in baby steps, and maybe try to see in terms of the other things that I can do because of my leg pains and other aspects of my health that I have. Cardio is something that I can't do for very long.
Mhm.
So
Look, like Rosie's so fucking dumb. YouTube has a lot of chair yoga. I also got this thing on, I'm just letting people know in case they're starting this journey and they're in pain and they're fatigued. I've been there, girl. I've been there. So I'm giving you some of my tips. On Amazon, they have this thing called a Pilates bar, and it's really like a bar attached to resistance bands. Is pretty much what it is. And there's lots of YouTube videos, and they're usually 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Your heart rate goes up, so you're getting your cardio health in there, and it builds your muscles. Like I went from like no biceps to little biceps using it, and it's just using a resistance band, and they're usually on sale for about $20 to $25 on Amazon. It's called a Pilates bar, and you can do it in your bedroom, and then you fold it up and put it under your bed. Like it takes up zero space, and there's a gazillion YouTube videos to help you.
I wanted
You think you should know this, like because the girls on YouTube constantly.
maybe your thoughts a little bit about that topic and how maybe that translated for you in your previous experience, as well as like if you would recommend someone like me kind of starting to like, I mean, we're talking like 3-pound weights, like nothing
Yeah.
crazy, like just to
Mhm.
kind of start the process and start the movements and A lot of what I do when I'm on those TikTok lives that I mentioned is I will like hold
Yes, walking in the pool and just her resistance of her weight would be amazing. Like we've all seen her do her stretches in the pool. Like I did physio in the pool and they taught like real stretches, real to help with your quads and your hamstrings and your glutes and your calves, like to strengthen those. And you could even get like weights to put on your ankles once you need some more resistance. But walking laps in the pool would be the best, even better than her swimming, because her swimming isn't swimming, it's bobbing. She bobs along. But if she walked from one end to the other, I'd rather see her do that than swim.
the weights. And I do this because my first ever YouTube video is me kickboxing. It
Mhm.
was something that if I can financially end up doing,
And look at his face. Like he's like, this girl does not know fuck all. Rosie's shadow boxing with 3-pound weights. What muscles are you using, Rosie, for shadow boxing? Am I muted? Sorry, I can't. I don't know why I'm having a neurotic about being muted. Like you can get videos on YouTube for just upper body, like your triceps, your biceps. Like shadow boxing isn't doing anything with your weights, Rosie. Rosie knows nothing about exercise. And the thing is, she won't listen. She will not listen when people suggest stuff.
I will get a membership to. It's just very expensive. Because I love kickboxing. I love punching the crap out of things.
Kickboxing right now is probably the worst thing for her because she can't stand. She has zero cardiovascular heart health. A kickboxing episode might actually give her a fucking heart attack. And I'm not even kidding. And I hate to say that. She needs to start slow. She just needs to get some endurance, some weight like going. She needs to do like the chair yogas or the chair Pilates bar or chair resistance bands.
It's very fun for me.
Yeah.
So I try to do that, in the water in my own way. So yeah, I just wanted to know a little bit about your thoughts.
So, man, that's such a great question. The answer that comes to mind is you do what works for you, right? Like I would encourage you genuinely, don't compare yourself to anybody else. Their journey isn't your journey, right? And so that's really, really important. I can't stress that enough. I think for you, like if that's what you enjoy with the weights, do that. That's the most important thing. Because like, regardless of whatever you're doing, if you don't enjoy it, the chances of you sticking to it aren't going to last. As far as your question about like, oh, yeah, does building muscle make you some sort of like fat burning machine? To an extent, yes. Right. And so, the reason that people will say stuff like that and like why I do think that.
And the other thing is her eating on YouTube and preparing food and cooking on YouTube is just completing the cycle of her addiction. So all those cues that she's doing, I was going to make a PowerPoint for you guys. I'm still kind of working on it. They're all cues for her limbic reward system. So doing grocery hauls, touching the food, talking about the food, prepping the food, writing down what's in her fridge. All those are like little tiny dopamine hits that keep on circulating to her limbic system. And she keeps on needing that to get her dopamine rush. So all these are little rewards for her. And then the way she talks about food, not just like in how she describes it or its texture or anything, but in how she says, I need a treat, or I deserve this because I had a high pain day, or I like all those types of things, how she sees food as either a treat or a reward or a substance. Like Rosie could go days and days and days without eating. She really could. But she says, it's a safe food. All those trigger words that she uses, those safe food, a treat, a reward, a goal, all those are giving her little dopamine and just reinforcing her food addiction, in my opinion, from what I've been reading.
I have been able to keep this weight off is a big part is because of the muscle that I have, because the more muscle you have, basically in the most basic terms, the more muscle you have, the more calories you can eat and not gain weight because you have more mass, right? And so that's why when someone is 500 pounds and like they go on, or they're 600 pounds and they go on 600-pound life, right? And then Dr. Now is like, he's asking them how much they're eating and they're like, I only eat 1,200 calories. And he's always like, that's a lie, right? And a lot of people are like, how could he know? It's like, to maintain that size, you just have to be eating more, right? And so that's why when you have, say you have some large size, like I weigh 215 pounds, but a lot of that is muscle. So it means that I am able to eat a good amount of calories. So muscle just requires more energy than fat does, right? And so that's why having muscle is so helpful in just basically allowing you to eat more calories and not gain weight, right? But like for you, like the position that you're in, like you should just do whatever gets you moving.
And she skips a meal. Like she feels like she has to eat 3 meals a day and she has to have 2 snacks a day. Like that's a must, which it isn't. And she eats when she's not hungry. And I don't even know if Rosie feels hunger because her glucagon stores and glucogen stores are probably full up, like full up. Like I don't think anything is giving her the single signal that she's actually hungry, like the leptin and the ghrelin and all that stuff. I don't think that's working with Rosie.
And like never feel
Yeah.
like it's not enough. If you getting up and just walking around your room is hard, right? And it feels like a workout, that is a workout. Like that, it might feel like, oh, this is not enough. This isn't a workout. And maybe it wouldn't be to like, someone that's 150 pounds, but like you're not, you know what I mean? Like it's just, you have to, it's so important. I get so frustrated because like I see that on.
And I got so mad at her I don't know if it was definitely the Christmas before this. Like I think this Christmas, but when she made that 12,000 calorie casserole and ate half of it just because it was a treat and it was Christmas. But that's like 6,000 calories. And like she made no effort to make that lower calorie. No effort at all.
On TikTok all the time, and like, TikTok's terrible. There's a lot of good stuff to it. Like I've had some really nice comments on there as well. I've had some really mean ones, but it's like, if you're 500 pounds, like you should not be thinking I should be sprinting, or you know what I mean? That's just ridiculous. Like you do what works for you at the time, but then you just focus. Okay, I walked around my room 5 times. Okay.
Even Rosie standing to cook would give her enough cardiovascular health for that day. Like even Rosie standing to cook is enough for her, to be honest. It is enough. Like she can't walk. Like she really can't. I know she has a rollator and stuff, but she can't even walk down her driveway. Like what, we're not expecting her to walk around the block. She can't. I'd be happy if she stood for 5 minutes. I'd be impressed if she stood for 5 minutes. Could you imagine? She's contracting all her muscles. She's using her glutes. She's using her quads and her hamstrings. She's using her core. For 5 minutes, all that contracting and being used, like that will start to burn something.
And I was like out of breath and I felt like I couldn't go anymore. Right. I don't, this is just numbers. Yeah. And then next time you think I'm going to do 6, that's how you get better. Right. And then eventually you're like, hey, walking around my room is like nothing. Then you go outside, right? Whatever that is, right? Like, or in the pool doing whatever movements don't hurt, which is important, right? Just get moving. So many people feel like,
yeah, she used to be able to walk. She's lost it all. She's lost a lot of her mobility. And I can sympathize with her. I can empathize with her. I lost mobility. I've lost any fucking sense of any kind of cardio endurance, like going up the stairs and down the stairs. You guys heard me. I thought half of you thought I was going to die. But the thing is that I'm working on it. I'm actively working on it every single day. And I'm aware of the fact that I lost it and I'm trying to get it back. You can lose it quickly. You can lose it so quickly and it's harder to gain it back. But that's a difference between Rosie and me. Like I am fully aware that I fucked up and I'm working on getting it back.
Like we get so caught up in like, does this count? It counts if it's hard. Like that's what matters, right? This is just stuff that I've seen, and I've seen people that are in similar positions to you, or it may sometimes even bigger, feel like they.
I agree it's not the same, but in a sense, like we're at the same place. Do you know what I mean? Like how we got to that same place is not the same, but we're at the same place where even me walking half a block was so hard. But I acknowledge it and I'm working on it like daily. So now I can walk longer than half a block. Like I think I can do 2 kilometers now or something. with some rests. I have to have some rests, but I can do it.
They have to go to the gym and they have to do these really hard workouts, and then they feel, can I cuss? Yeah,
Please.
they feel fucking horrible for 3-4 days, and they're like, I don't want to go to the gym again. And I'm like, yeah, I get it, because I wouldn't want to either, right? And so it's like, so many people feel like they have to go super hard and do these workouts that these people that have been working out their whole lives are doing, and it's just literally not necessary. And I think it's detrimental. There can be injuries, but like, even if there's no serious injury, like if you feel like that was like the worst thing I've ever done, I never want to do that again, you're probably not going to do it again, right? And so it's like, find what works for you. You said you like kickboxing, do that.
Bella, you can do it laying down, and like there's some leg ones and there's some arm ones that you could do laying down, and there's ones that you can just do like even just sit it up in bed type of thing. Like there's lots of exercises and ways to change it up with the Pilates bar.
And it might not look like kickboxing that people are doing in kickboxing gyms, but like whatever, it's you moving, and that's what matters. Sorry, I went on a tangent, but I'm very passionate about that.
No, I appreciate that so much. And that's kind of like what I feel like that's kind of what I like said in my kickboxing video. It's like, it was like my debut video to YouTube.
Mhm.
And I got like a Groupon, and I went and did some classes, and it was incredible.
Mhm.
The staff was amazing. I ended up, a couple months after that was when I was having issues with medications, and so my mobility took a bit of a backslide, and I've been working back on it again. So when I was doing it at that point, my mobility was like kind of impressive for my size.
Mhm.
And then I've just been kind of, I've regained some of it, because like when I was going through, like the people who've been watching my channel know I've been
And
on a extensive
especially after an injury or surgery, like listen to your body. Like that's the time to listen to your body, because you only have a small period of really good healing time. And in that small period, you can either fuck it up or continue healing really good, if you know what I mean. And I think it's like 6 to 3 months type of thing. And that's what kind of fucked me up, because when I was healing, I didn't get proper physio. Like the physio I went to was really, really bad. And they put me back to work like immediately when I was still healing. And I think that's what fucked everything up, or most of it. I think that contributed. So while you're healing, let your body heal as well.
like mental health journey these past 6 months, and I had to do, I think, like 10 medication trials, and it was awful on my
Yeah,
body.
right.
There were like 2 to 3 week periods where like I just couldn't get out of bed, not
Mhm.
because
Yes, listen to your doctor and your physio, like take their advice. Find a great physio. They're a godsend when you've got a great physio. And when you've got a crappy one, it's crap.
I physically couldn't, but because my brain was just not functioning.
Mhm.
And it was like, it's one of those things of, you don't use it, you start to lose it.
Mhm.
And that's kind of what started happening, and it was kind of freaking me out. And so that's why I've been trying to get back into the swing of things. And like there was a period this summer where I was getting in the pool, working out every single day, and I just haven't been able to get myself mentally to get back to that point yet. And it makes me like feel like I'm not good enough, like I'm not
Mhm.
doing enough. And so this is why like I'm so happy these conversations are happening with you, because I really, I didn't want you to ever think like I was just like trying to kiss your ass or anything when I wrote you that comment, because like it truly, your video truly moved me to tears.
Mhm.
And
No, Rosie, you were kissing his ass. Come on, nobody believes this.
it caused me to really reflect on like where I was making decisions from for the past 10 years
Mhm.
regarding my viewpoints on a lot of these topics. And that's
Lots
kind of
of
how I
these-
fell down into where I'm at now, that we already talked about in terms of where I stand with fat activism and everything, and pays and the like. And it's like, I think it's really important that we treat fat people like human beings. I think it's really important that fat people have medical rights. I think it's really important that fat people are treated well in medical situations, that we're taken into account, that we're still treated, like even if people are not choosing intentional weight loss, that they still get treated
Mhm.
for their issues. Like those are things that I will always believe. But at the same time, I've really started waking up to the fact of how
Rosie doesn't understand that a lot of issues And especially a lot of issues that she has is weight related. So regardless if she goes in for a sore throat, let's say she goes to the doctor for a sore throat, the fact that she's almost 600 pounds is going to affect the way even the antibiotics work towards her. It's going to affect the way that she heals. It's going to affect the way that she fights the infection. So even being sick, having a sore throat, your weight is related to that.
How much these movements have become the echo chambers of self-justification that I myself have used. And coming to terms with
Yes,
that, trying to hold myself accountable, realizing that I made all of these decisions, that I am the reason I developed diabetes at the age of 30, 31. That because I went back to not just the fat activism, but when I discussed feederism and the like, that I started making that content again, that I ultimately
Rosie, this is all bullshit as well. So Rosie is blaming her diabetes on the fact that she went back to feederism and the fact that she went back to fat activism or whatever bullshit she's saying. So Rosie was 450 pounds in high school. Even if she had stayed the weight at 450 pounds, chances are she would still have diabetes at this age. Chances are. It wasn't the feederism and all this. Rosie has gained more weight in the past year than she did during the time that she was in feederism and the BBW community. Like, just that fact alone completely, let me make sure I'm not muted. Just that fact alone completely negates everything she's saying, if you know what I mean. She has gained more weight in the past year and a half than she did in the whole time she was in the feederism community. So she can't blame that anymore.
fell into those short-term gratifications and was unwilling to really understand the gravity of what I was doing through my lifestyle behaviors and choices, not for the body that I have, but for the lifestyle that I was living, for the choices that I was making, for the food that I was eating. That cognitive dissonance was so large and so wide for me that those spaces gave me a place to fuel that inner monologue and fuel that fodder to victimize myself. And so through therapy and through in fact, I've been having a whole side tangent, whole separate issue trying to get a therapist. I had a therapist. She was great. She quit being a therapist. Finally got connected to someone kind of randomly, and she ended up being the only medical professional I've ever worked with that even knew what feederism was.
Hi guys, I'm just streaming. And the fact is that Rosie thinks that she needs therapy to even lose any weight or start anything. Like, she's had enough therapy. She's had over 20 years of therapy. She just needs to start doing action. My boys just arrived. I'm just going to say hi real quick.
Before I talked to her, and has a history with the internet. Like, she knows things that I was blown away. So like, I'm really excited to get into that, because there are things and aspects to that lifestyle, to things that I've experienced, the things that have happened to me that'll never be on the internet. And so for me, in this whole journey, in this whole process, in this whole decompression of what my values have been, I just don't want it to ever get twisted that being against fat acceptance means you're against fat people, because that is a big rhetoric in those spaces. And it's just not true. Yeah. And that's something that one of the reasons I've been going on the podcast, I'm having this conversation with you, I've been reaching out to other platforms, is because I want to have these conversations, these things that are not being discussed, because they're either being discussed under the lens of like, in fat acceptance, like being fully enveloped in the rhetoric of like, if you're not for fat people, you're against fat people, and all that. Or it's the full like fat phobic, fat people suck, like you just lose weight, like stop complaining, like like it's like there's so little room for what needs to be the healthy medium. And
I don't think John's listening anymore. She's got her lisp back, which means that she's feeling herself and she's thinking she's smart and she's got like all the right stuff. I don't even know if she knows what she's talking about.
That's what's so refreshing about this content that I've been watching recently with you and Sam at Every Size and Megan Ann on YouTube. I've quite literally spent hours and hours and hours this week watching you guys and really reevaluating. Not
Right. Does she want honesty or affirmation? Remember, we talked about that yesterday. She just wants affirmation. She doesn't want honesty.
just like my beliefs in health, but like some of my like moralistic beliefs, because I think that's something that a lot of people don't talk about enough, is like in terms of fat acceptance and all of that, it gets tied so much into our morality. Like it feels like if we go against the grain in that way, that like we're doing something morally wrong.
Mhm.
And that's not healthy for anyone.
Yeah.
You
And like
know?
for me, I think one thing that it with the fat acceptance and health at every size and fat activism, like a lot of the conversations end up being about specific people and whether or not they're healthy and or not, right? Which I just don't care. Like at the end of the day, like if you're not, I don't care if like a specific person isn't healthy or not. Like that's their choice, especially if they decide like whatever. But at the end of the day, like when we're talking about fat acceptance, like and these different issues, I think what's more important is like why is it that at this moment in time, more people are struggling with their weight than have ever in the past, right? So like I get really frustrated. I was on Dr. Phil like a year ago, right? And it was about this topic, and the whole show, like they were just like there was this one girl.
Did you see Rosie's eyes perk up? Rosie wants to be on Dr. Phil. I bet you she's tried to be on Dr. Phil. Guaranteed she's tried to be on Dr. Phil.
One woman who was, you know, a fat acceptance person, then everyone else was like against her, which I didn't realize that that's what the show was. The whole thing was, it was just like everyone on the show kept being like, "You're not healthy, blah blah," and I was just like, "Why? Who cares?" Like the thing that we should be talking about is why are so many more people struggling with the weight with all of this talk about how do we help? Like it's clear that the things that we're doing, like telling people just eat less, just move more, that's not working, right? And so like, how do we help more people? Because clearly what we're doing now isn't working, right? And so like, how do we, and that's what's so frustrating, because that conversation I feel like always gets lost because people are so fixated on focusing on like, oh, this person's not healthy, there's no way, blah blah blah. And it's just like, oh my god, dude.
And I feel like that's a lot of like, I feel like when it comes to the good parts of fat acceptance, like I feel like that's at the core what a lot of it is trying to do, is address the stomach issues, those like widespread issues. But what ends up happening is it gets so convoluted. And so in terms of like the morality aspect, I feel like I realized this like as you were talking, it's like I think the reason why the morality gets so deeply tied within the fat acceptance is because
why are we tying morality into fat acceptance? My thoughts on fat acceptance is that there should not be discrimination because of someone's weight, and you need to love your body to heal your body, and to heal your body is a healthy body. Like to get to a healthy body, because being 600 pounds is never going to be healthy. It's never. I don't care what your blood work says. It's never going to be healthy. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about morality about. I got distracted. I don't have a clue what she's talking about.
Because our health gets so moralized, like through those people like verbally attacking us, or you know, just like hating to hate, or just what we call like concern trolling. Because a lot of the time it's like these people are like, oh, we're just concerned about your health, we want you to lose weight, and it's like and again, like, and a lot of what I've always said and it's been a part of that, and maybe I need to kind of reflect on this, maybe I don't, maybe I'll feel the same, I don't know, but it's just kind of those thoughts of like, you know, if you don't care, you don't know me, you're here to just like demonize me, you're here to make me feel othered. And it's like, because a lot of that happens like when I'm just existing, like, and I think that's a big thing like within fat acceptance. It's like if we were allowed to be on the internet and exist in spaces,
exist in spaces, you're a human, you exist in spaces, you exist in spaces, there are spaces for you, like you're a human. Do you know what I mean? The only thing I think about fat acceptance is that there shouldn't be discrimination based on weight, like just as a human rights thing. Like nobody should have discrimination for anything. But I don't like the fat acceptance movement as a whole.
like if I'm not talking about my weight, I'm not talking about my body, I'm just making like a what and I eat the what I eat a day video, or even if I make content not around food, not around working out, like just trying on clothes, you know, whatever, like makeup tutorials, whatever content, like, or I'm just vlogging and talking about a funny story that happened to me, I will always get comments like telling me that I need to lose weight, that I need to do this, that I'm not healthy, that like I'm concerned for you, and it's like, that's because when you're looking at me, you're not looking at me as a person. You're looking at me as fat.
Yeah.
Fat, bad. I'm afraid of you. I'm afraid to be you. I'm afraid to have fat on me. So you scare me. I don't want to look at you because you are my biggest fear.
Yeah.
That's not my problem. Stop looking at me.
Yeah.
You know, and on that aspect of like fat activism and all of that, like that's what aligns with me, and like what makes sense to me is because I should be allowed to be.
Or Rosie, you can take it the other way. You can do your what I eat in a days or your try on hauls, and you can just ignore the people that say to lose weight. Like you can just, because they're allowed to exist as well. The people that say you are not healthy are allowed to exist as well, Rosie. So you can just block them or remove their comment or ignore them. That's what you can do, Rosie, because they're allowed their opinion. They're allowed to say whatever they want. It's called free speech.
Be a person before a fat person. And that message gets lost when fat activism is used to try to push like false narratives or push narratives that prioritize, like, I guess, that like deprioritize health and like misinformation to justify the rationale of trying to achieve that goal, which is valid and an important goal. But when you,
I think the misinformation of saying that you're healthy at 600 pounds is more dangerous than someone telling you to eat some lettuce. Okay.
overcorrect that much, it causes pain.
Yeah. And I think overcorrection is like the perfect term. I think like something that you see a lot, that I've talked to quite a few people that, because I personally was never like in the fat acceptance space. I'm sure it existed, but it was not where it's at now when I started losing weight, right? 10 years ago. It just wasn't, at least in my world.
But in our world back then was very woman or AFAB dominated.
Yeah, I just never heard of it. But speaking to so many people that have left the space, or whatever you want to say, so many of them have talked about how they felt afraid to even bring up something that might be going on, right? Maybe it was, they did get, their doctor said that they were pre-diabetic or that they were diabetic. And it's almost like they were afraid to share that because they would feel bad almost. And I'm like,
I think Rosie would still be in fat acceptance if she didn't get kicked out. 100%. She'd still be in fat acceptance if she didn't get the boot for being a mean bitch.
That is so dangerous, man. Like there are so many good.
I'm trying not to interrupt you. So much to say to that.
I know. Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah. Let's I'm sure you have your own stories.
I have hundreds of stories. I've had so many people in my DMs, like when they realized that I was a safe person to talk to, when they realized that I wasn't going to demonize them for being worried about their health.
Yeah.
It's such a prevalent problem.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the things that I've been aware of for years. Okay. So I've had on my radar for years. I felt as a problem for years. I've always been like, why are we pro tattoos, pro plastic surgery, but against intentional weight loss?
Yeah.
What's that about? Why are we pro bodily autonomy? But when it comes to weight loss, it's a problem.
And it's
That's
like
hypocritical as fuck.
Yeah, and it's like always a problem, and it's like there's never any good about it. And then like the hoops that I felt, this is my own opinion, but the hoops that I felt like people would jump through to be like, I'm losing weight, but it's not intentional weight loss. It's because I'm being healthier, and I'm like,
oh my God. It's me.
Yeah,
I've done that.
Yeah.
I've said that because if we don't put that classifier, we will be like gossiped about, talked badly about, told we're not.
I mean, even if you do put it, right? It happens. Like, and so it just was like,
get unfriended.
you
get removed out of the cool cliques. It's so fucking weird.
And that's why, like, one thing that we kind of talked about off camera, where I think is, and you've mentioned yourself, that I think that you notice more, the more these people age, the less you see them in the spaces, because they're like, I need to, like you can only be a healthy 20-year-old for so long. Like,
listen, there's not a lot of record of this out there for me because I had to delete my first Instagram account. That's a whole story. But I was that 23-year-old who
Mm.
thought I was invincible.
Yeah, calling bariatric surgery medical Anna. I don't know. Roz, come on.
Who thought I was fat and pretty, and that I was like, this was before I ever made content like for real. Like this was back when I
Why does she always think like Rosie's got some really high self-esteem? Like she really does. Because she thinks that she's like prettier than 90% of YouTube. I bet you she'd say. If Foodie hadn't said it first, Roz would have said it.
was just kind of like dabbling around on Reddit or whatever. But like, or I had done that and then I moved over to Instagram. So I was just kind of on Instagram doing the body positivity stuff.
Mhm.
And I really believed that like there could be some longevity. But even in that belief in the back of my head, I was like, oh, I'll start trying to figure it out when I'm 30. Hi, I'm 31.
Yeah.
Can I bitch slap 23-year-old me,
Yeah.
please? Because what was that?
Mhm.
That was just being like, youth is such a saving grace for your health. And you're not going to realize that till you hit 30.
It's
Or
just,
maybe if you're lucky, 25 when the prefrontal cortex figures
Yeah.
shit out, you know?
yeah. I mean, it's a huge like. It's just something that I personally have noticed, and it's not even just like, oh, you.
Isn't it insane that she's dating someone that's 25 whose prefrontal cortex may just be finishing forming? It still may not be formed fully. Do you know?
Like your heart's gonna shut down or you're gonna get high blood pressure, whatever. But like there's so much more to it, like your joints and like being able to move and like being able to be mobile, like all of that stuff. Like as you get older, it will get harder, and this gets harder for people that are straight sized, right? Like,
Yeah.
and so it for most people, and then there are the outliers that people will point at, like, well, this person moves around pretty well and they're large, right? And I will say, I think a lot of times it's kind of not very real. I'm not going to mention the person. I don't want to mention their name, but they've recently been losing some weight, and they posted a dancing reel before, like a before and after. They had lost some weight, and before they were very like positive about movement and like I can move even though I'm big. But then they like shared their story and they showed a little bit of like after they cut the dance in the original video, and you could see their face. They were in so much pain after doing that dance, right? And they talked about how like they made it, and they probably believe that like, oh no, this is normal pain or whatever, but like now that they've lost some weight, they realize how different life is and how different movement is. Again, everyone's different, but like that's just another example of this, exactly what we're talking about. I think a lot of times people will overstate how mobile
You see her face with him doing that, like she's so performative. It's so interesting to watch.
they are, and because it again fits into the narrative that they're trying to push, right?
But also it's because if we don't, then we are instantly like demonized and ridiculed
Mhm.
and said like really vicious things get said to us. So it's almost
I get what you're saying, Jarella. Like people have jobs and families and kids all before 25. Like they make major life decisions before 25. And they've done that for centuries. But all of a sudden in the last couple of decades or last decade, it's like a big thing.
like we have to prove we're one of the good ones. And
Well,
it's a
is it-
toxic, unhealthy economy.
And it's an issue with even people that lose weight. I get very annoyed when people are like, oh, I've lost weight and everything is better. And I'm like, dude, people ask me all the time, like, oh, you've talked about like depression. Did it leave when you lost weight? I'm like, no, dude, it's still here, bro. Like, it's not going to solve all your issues. Like, there's a lot that it definitely helped me solve. There are so many things that I am able to do now and all of that stuff. Like, I'm never someone, like, it was literally I think the best thing I ever did for myself, for my health, especially. But it wasn't like I lost weight and now everything's good and it's all happy. And I get so annoyed when people are like, they treat it like it's some silver bullet that's going to fix all your problems. Yep. It's not going to do that. There are certain things that it can fix, but I think it's important to like be honest with yourself and think, what can this actually fix? And what are things that I'm going to be dealing with for the rest of my life, which isn't a bad thing. We all have our own things that we have to deal with, right? But like losing weight is not going to solve all of the issues. One big thing that I notice is people that have low self-esteem. Why am I saying that? It's because I'm one of those people. Like you think that you're going to lose weight and then all of a sudden everything's going to be good. It's just not, it's not going to happen, you know, at least in my experience. Everyone's different, but it doesn't just all of a sudden, oh, I love myself and now I think I'm the shit. You know, it's just not how it works.
Yeah, because what's so interesting is I have such a unique experience with the things that I've shared and on different platforms and things that I've gone through in terms of like that journey. Because for me, I have almost the opposite problem. It's very unrelatable for most people.
Oh, here's Rosie talking about her unique journey. Of course, she has to have a unique journey. Like, honestly, her journey doesn't seem that unique. when you look at the whole BBW community as a whole, the amount of them that have a similar journey to Rosie's is is a lot. Like a lot of people in the BBW community have had the same similar life experiences as Rosie. So she's not terminally unique.
Is that I'm afraid that as I lose weight, I will
Yeah,
love
yeah,
myself
yeah.
less.
Yeah. I remember you talking about that.
I am terrified of. I'm actually glad you brought it up a couple times. So I do want to ask you this, and I would like to hear your thoughts. And I think I'll need to have some more conversations, especially with like other women. But I
Yeah.
am terrified of loose skin,
Mhm.
and it's something that really, like, not to be dramatic, but like almost can like haunt my nightmares.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I mean,
that's the reality that I fear the most with losing weight, and it's inevitable.
Mhm.
And I understand that rationally, but I struggle to figure out how I'm going to, like, not only be okay in my own skin, but like as I've started losing weight here and there, I'm already experiencing body dysmorphia. Like when I look in the mirror and
Rosie has body dysmorphia from the 20 pounds that she lost. And she's afraid of losing weight because she doesn't want loose skin. I don't know. I'd pick loose skin any day over lungs that don't work and blue lips.
see that I'm smaller, I'm like freaked out. Like, why do I look so small? And it's like, I still have a almost 80-inch waistline,
Mhm.
you know? And so like, and that's all mental health related. And so I'll obviously be following up with that with my medical professionals.
Mhm.
But in terms of your lived experience with your loose skin, for someone like me, what would you say?
Yeah, I think that everyone does. I don't want to say everyone would. Everyone does react differently. We all have our own experiences with our body and how that
Hi, young
how
victims.
we have seen our body and how we appreciate our body or don't, right? And so I was definitely in the what I would say is the more, I guess, common kind of thing. Like I didn't love being overweight. Like not saying that you do, but like there was like I would dream. Speaking of you talking about you dream, I would have dreams of just being skinnier, right? Like that was like my main part of the dream was that I wasn't as big as I was. So like for me, the loose skin has always been more of a byproduct of the I don't know, like hard work I put in, but just like the effort that I have put in. Like it shows that. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say like I love it. I don't walk around shirtless. I don't film my videos shirtless, right? I'm not trying like I haven't gotten any surgeries to get rid of it, but that is like for someone that's in your position, you probably would have to because you're obviously you're bigger than I ever was, right? And especially with women, of course, things are harder as they always are. It seems like for women than it is for men, but like just where a lot of women carry their weight in their arms. It's all these places where it's like you can't even hide it if you tried, right? Like for me, I can wear a t-shirt and it's not really obvious unless you like really know, right? But like for most women, like the only way you'd be able to fully hide it, women that are losing 100 plus pounds is like if you're wearing long sleeves and a long pants. That's the only way, And so, getting the surgery for them, I think makes a lot more sense. And I really hope that you do. And I think you can. You will start to realize there's a lot more to life than just that armor that maybe you've worn. And my hope, I can't say that I know this will happen. My hope is that you will find so much enjoyment in these maybe things that you haven't been able to do, that your body and the way that you look, I'm not going to ever say that it will go away because that's ridiculous. And like, I think that I always say that like, body neutrality is like a really cool idea, but I think it's for most people, it's very hard to like just not care at all. But I think that maybe it will take, as far as like, it might be on the top of the pyramid now, and maybe you can move, it will be able to be moved down a little bit to where it's not the main thing.
And Rosie took zero advice from John, like zero. She's not in her head in agreement, but she pretty much gave him a big F you.
Because I would say for me, that's definitely like how I look. I don't really care that much. But the fact that I'm able to, go on a run if I want, I did a triathlon, I did a marathon. I've been able to do these things that like every time I go on a run, I think to myself, man, there was a time when I couldn't even run.
Okay, I want to hear her talk a bit more. Here she is.
But mine is ugly. It's very much the same. I feel of like I see other people lose skin.
A very long answer to that
But that's
question.
the thing, and this is what it kind of goes back to even in previous conversations related to fatness and like people that hate their own fat, their own body, saying like I see other women or other people who are fat think they're beautiful, but mine is ugly. It's very much the same. I feel of like I see other people lose skin, and I'm not like, oh my god, they're hideous. I just see that, and I think about me, and I think about that being on me, and that
Did she just say that she thinks that loose skin on other people is hideous?
You know, making me feel fearful, which is
Mhm.
interesting. I should probably think about that some more.
Yeah, I mean, and
Wow, that's a little judgy there, Rosie. Little judgmental, Rosie.
like my only like, there are options. Like there are ways
Worth
to,
making it.
quote unquote get rid of it. And as the years go on, they get better and better and better. Like, I've seen a lot of loose skin surgeries, and I've seen the results just improve and improve, and then like the recovery time, and it's all improved, right? So especially from when I first like started talking about this, and like had people, I've had people offer me surgeries, right? Like I've had that.
I do want to use my journey and my story and my voice to kind of just highlight that and realize that, I attributed so much of my own worth related to my fatness as an overcorrection
Mhm.
of learning to love myself. And in the process of doing that, I ended up hurting myself in the long run. And, in a lot of ways, I don't regret a lot of my journey. I wish I could have.
Okay, so she equates her fatness to love. Let me just see this.
These things like the loose skin and all that, they don't really necessarily deter me from weight loss. I just feel like I'm still kind of unpacking years of, like, the demonization of intentional weight loss, and
Mhm.
I think the impact that it's had on me mentally. And
The years of the demonization of intentional weight loss. Okay.
I do want to use my journey and my story and my voice to kind of just highlight that and realize that, I attributed so much of my own worth related to my fatness as an overcorrection
Mhm.
of learning to love myself. And in the process of doing that,
So is she saying in learning to love herself, she like got fatter as an overcorrection because she thinks her fatness is her loving herself.
I ended up hurting myself in the long run. And, in a lot of ways, I don't regret a lot of my journey. I wish I could have been a little more nuanced and a little less ego driven when I was younger. But I think we all have our life experiences for a reason. We all go through different experiences in our lives.
What the hell does that mean? I wish my journey had been a little less nuanced. She uses these words and they don't even make sense.
For a reason. And I really have a desire I really do have a desire to lose weight.
Yeah.
And
there's nothing wrong with
I
saying
feel-
that.
but I feel
I know.
and literally like
I didn't really feel that from her. I didn't really feel like she really has a desire to lose weight. I felt like she was just saying those words.
this claw in me almost of like, I can't say that.
Yeah.
And that is the problem with that advocacy.
Mhm. And like the way I see it is like there's nothing wrong with that, but the thing that's really cool is that like you have
Hi, Tiny Ghost.
what it takes in you to literally completely change your life. You know what I mean? That's what I think is so cool about weight loss, and especially like massive weight loss. It is very difficult and it's not easy, right? If it was easy, everyone would do it. But like there's I love the stories of hearing, like I've interviewed people that have reversed their diabetes, right? Because they lost weight. Like I've so many insane changes. And like, if we're talking about obesity as a disease or, there are a lot of diseases and afflictions that come onto us as humans that we can't do anything about. It doesn't matter how hard you try. You can spend the rest of your life trying to fix it, right? Trust me, I know. And it doesn't matter, right? It'll get you, right? And it's very sad. And I'm sure a lot of us have had really terrible experiences with a lot of these things. But obesity is one that I do believe we do have.
Agreed. I agree with this. Obesity is something that you do have power over, that you can cure yourself from.
We have the tools. It's just, I feel like we're not implementing them right. And when I say we, I mean us as a whole, as a society. Like, I feel like we do have what it takes. I just wish that we could like figure it out. Like we have the ingredients, but we're like putting them in wrong or something,
Well, and I think it has so much to do with our mental health.
Mhm.
And as a whole, our society is really broken right now. And there are a lot of
God, all what she wants to talk about is fat acceptance and how she can't lose weight because of fat acceptance, like she's a victim, and her mental health and how she can't lose weight because of her mental health. Like it's just excuses, excuses. John's trying to give her like some advice here, but everything he's saying, she has an excuse to, I feel like.
a lot of obstacles and issues regarding economic, sociological, so on and so on. And there are a lot of things that have to be overcome and have to be addressed. And it is so much easier to look at those things and see them as reasons why you can't, instead of looking at those things and figuring out how to maneuver around them.
Mhm.
And that is something that I feel for most of my life. I've certainly seen the obstacles and felt they were, as you mentioned earlier, when you were younger.
Like they may be an obstacle in a sense, but they're not a hindrance. You just got to figure out a different way. I've lost weight with zero money, with 39 cents in my bank account. You know, counting calories, choosing the better foods, figuring out a meal plan that's within the budget. I'm not going to a gym that costs money. Like everything is at home or free, like on YouTube. Like everything for her is an excuse.
It just seemed you thought it was actually impossible, that you were the like somehow biological exception and there was
Mhm.
no way you could do it and you were the broken one and there's just no other realm for that. And then when you proved yourself wrong, and it's interesting because I feel like I relate to that so much. Of when you prove yourself wrong, you immediately jumped to the other side extreme. And that's I think such a relatable experience in the pursuit of health. And that's why I want to try to come at this from like a slow burn approach.
Mhm.
I don't want a dramatic weight loss story.
Mhm.
I don't want to lose a bunch of weight in one go. And one, that'll help with the skin.
Rosie, you haven't lost any weight. In fact, you've gained weight since this. This was 2 years ago. She's gained weight. The fact is that she's running out of time. Like time is not on her side anymore. When she was 20, she had time. Rosie does not have time anymore.
Thing. And two, the actual rate of losing weight that's healthy is 1% of your body fat, which for me is like about 5 pounds a week.
Mhm.
So people that are losing 10, 20 pounds in like a week or two, like that's considered drastic weight loss.
Mhm.
And so I don't want a yo-yo diet. I don't want to severely restrict. I don't want to make things harder for myself. I want to focus on the behaviors and building the mobility
Thank you,
and eating
Press.
better. Like in July, I did a no eat out challenge. And the closest thing I did eating out was I got a Costco slice of pizza because I didn't want to not eat and binge later. Because I was out and about with my mom that day. It was the day we did like the kitten. We went to play with kittens at the kitten rescue and stuff. And so,
Here she is trying to make an excuse for why she had Costco pizza. So the other day, I had some loose change and I was trying to be creative with the pantry stuff, but I took the kids to Costco because they can get a pop and a hot dog for $1.50. That's what we did. I'm not going to eat that hot dog or a slice of Costco pizza because Costco pizza is like 800 calories. So I took like my protein shake with me, my protein coffee with me, and that's what I had for dinner. Do you know what I mean? Like it's choices, Rosie. It's all choices. You were in a Costco. You could have bought some raspberries or you could have bought like something, a rotisserie chicken for God's sakes, and just ate the chicken instead of 800 calories for a slice of pizza.
for me, it was like either I buy this like $2 slice of pizza and not binge later, or I Uber restrict and Uber follow the rules that I set for myself. And so I made the choice to eat out, but I didn't get McDonald's. I didn't go through a drive-thru.
God, I'm not a fan of the Costco pizza. It is very heavy. At least the one like that they make here, it's a lot. My kids are a fan of the hot dog though. I don't like hot dogs. I don't like mystery meat.
Didn't get a big meal. I just got something enough to get myself home.
Mhm.
And so, things like that are what's important to me, is building.
Hi, Layla.
I have a very different life.
Mhm.
Like in January of this year, I spent over $1,000 on DoorDash.
Mhm.
because I was making content with it
Mhm.
and I was eating out that frequently. I think one day I dashed 4 times. I don't live like that
Yeah.
anymore.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What do you mean she was making content with it? Because she wasn't eating DoorDash on camera ever. So if she was DoorDashing fast food, how was she making content with it? I just want to hear that again.
Year, I spent over $1,000 on DoorDash
Mhm.
because I was making content with it
Mhm.
and I was eating out that frequently. I think one day I dashed 4 times. I don't live like that
Yeah.
anymore.
Mhm.
And I never will again.
Mhm.
And I can say that with my whole fucking chest
Mhm.
because I'm never
She had to have been making spicy content with that.
going back to those places, to that place I was in, to those communities. And I think that's one of the reasons why I burned my bridges so hard, is I knew I could not go back.
Mhm.
So, I just think it's about trying to find the balance of it all. And I think it would be so cool if 5 years down the line I have that success and I'm able to show, like, the slow burn can
Mhm.
work if you're willing to give up the need for instant gratification.
Mhm.
Even a lot of people's weight loss stories are still itching and driving for that instant gratification, not like 100 pounds in a year. It took me 25 years to get here.
Mhm.
I'm going to give myself some time. And it is hard to do that when the world around me is like, oh, you're not losing weight. Oh, you're never going to lose weight, because I'm not performing weight loss for them.
Mhm.
And that's not what I'm here to do.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, what I always tell people is that
She's not performing weight loss. Well, she's not doing any weight loss. I'd rather her perform weight loss. That might be a little bit beneficial.
like the goal shouldn't be to lose weight as fast as you can. It should be to keep the weight off, right? And so that's going to look different for everybody. Like for you I think losing 5 pounds a week is that's incredible. I don't think that there's anything, I wouldn't ever expect anything more from anybody, but like just like encouragement to you. It's
Could you imagine if she lost 5 pounds a week? That would be like 100 pounds in less than half a year. 100 pounds in less than half a year. Or 4 months. 100 pounds in 4 months. Like 5 pounds a week would be great for her.
it's going to be difficult, and especially if you do decide to share that journey online. I'm sure you already kind of know this, but it will make it harder. I'm just going to be honest. Like, losing weight is already difficult, but then sharing that journey online makes it more difficult because everyone has their own opinion. If you ever have any questions, I'll do my best to, answer them. But like, just, I always say start slow. It doesn't need to happen right away. Pick out a few, and I'm giving you advice now, but whatever. This could be for anybody, but
I
like,
want all the advice.
pick out a few habits that you are like, okay, this is a bad habit, right? I'm sure we all have those. And then obviously this is strictly about weight. Things that you're like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And then try and just stop that one thing, for a little bit. And once that becomes easy or you're not even thinking about it anymore, you pick something else, right? And then maybe once you feel like you're pretty consistent, then maybe it is time to maybe track a little bit.
God, like he actually gave her advice, and they're very small changes. What he's given her are very small, attainable goals, and she couldn't even stick to them for a week.
Bit, right? And figure out how many calories am I eating a day. You don't have to restrict or anything like that, but this is kind of goes into what I was talking about at the beginning, which is I don't like to call what I do intuitive eating. I call it mindful eating. What do I mean by that is I learned a lot from losing weight, but then tracking for so many years that it is impossible for me to not think about that when I'm choosing meals, right? So I'm always very mindful of the macro breakdown, the calories that are in certain things, probably avoiding liquid calories because like it's not going to do anything for me, right? So like there are these quote unquote rules or just like guidelines that I have just in my head now that it's impossible for me to just forget them. So that's why I like to call what I do mindful eating, not intuitive eating, because I eat,
Yeah, I think mindful is better because he's mindful of what's the food he's eating, kind of what's in it, but more than intuitive. Intuitive is just like an excuse to eat whatever.
Relatively similar foods most days. I keep it pretty basic. I don't go super crazy. And that has really worked for me. You know, the past, I don't even know, it's been like 6 years since I've tracked, maybe five or 6 years since I've tracked. And I've never had that, you know, that regain because of a lot of the things that I learned. And that's why I'm not against tracking your macros. I'm not against tracking your calories. I just don't think it's feasible to do that for the rest of your life, right? Do you want to be 50 years old tracking your macros? Probably not. And so
Right.
that's my advice. Like, start slow.
And
then,
unfortunately for me, tracking like really triggers my ED. Like I was trying to do a dietitian. It was very hard to do it for the short time that I did.
Yeah.
It tends to end up causing me to binge, and it actually makes me so angry because I want to track.
Yeah.
Like I want the data. I want to learn from what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I do love that though. I've definitely learned a lot and practiced a lot of mindfulness through different aspects of therapy through the years. And
Oh my gosh,
I think
he's such
that
a liar.
I might maybe a
Okay, well, mindfulness is different than what he's saying. Mindful eating, like Rosie, she's so dumb.
question for you is, what is the main difference between mindfulness and intuition in terms of eating?
Well, it's like that, like what I was saying, like a lot of, I would honestly say that what I do, some people would just consider it intuitive eating. Intuitive eating now has this weird connotation where it's like become eat whatever you want. And like, there's no bad decisions you can make. And I'm just like, okay, well, I don't really necessarily
like the bastardization of things. Like
Yeah. It's-
yeah.
it's just like intuitive eating became like eat whatever you want. There's no wrong decision where it's like, yeah, I mean, technically, yeah, but like if we're talking like, is it wrong to go out and eat? No. But like, is it wrong to do that over and over again? If your goal is to not gain a lot of weight, then probably for you, yeah, right? Like, and so it's just my intuitive eating has become something that I personally don't want to be associated with because of how some people see it. So mindful eating for me is what I'd say a lot of people, especially back in the day, would say intuitive eating is like, I learned a lot through tracking and just
Ross didn't like, I think she was on Monjourno or something. She didn't like it because she couldn't eat whatever she wanted whenever she wanted. Like she couldn't eat her feelings. And so she actually had to deal with her feelings without food. And she couldn't handle that feeling of having to actually experience emotions without food. And ow, God, my cat just attacked me. Lord, jeez, don't do that. You scared me. Come sit nice right here. Okay, that's better. Sorry. I'm just gonna push play. I
through
forgot what I was saying.
nutrition, like learning about it and stuff, that like it would be ridiculous for me to say I don't implement those things that are ingrained in my mind in the choices
Right.
I make now. But I don't sit there and I track everything. Like there are certain things that I'll track. Like when I pour out my oatmeal, I make sure it's 80 grams because if I don't, I'll pour way too much and then I'll be like, oh, that was way too much oatmeal. Right? There's certain things
And
that I'll
then you
weigh.
accidentally overeat. Yeah, that could be a trigger.
Yeah.
For an eat that.
Okay, are you guys up for seeing another old one that we haven't seen? I think I can do one more. Okay, videos. Have you guys seen the one about the church? Okay. There's a discount store. Have you seen this? Rosie Reacts? Have we seen this one?
Hi, welcome to me.
Have you guys seen the one where she reacts to herself? The cottage cheese. Well, it's not labeled cottage cheese, right? Let's just see. I don't even think she has any of her meal prep ones anymore. I know it was a meal prep one, but oh, it'd be alive. Never mind. Okay. I was in the wrong spot. It's down here. Um, that's all hurricane prep. What is Tom? Oh, that's 3 hours. Oh my God, 30-minute low impact working out and 20 laps in the pool. Oh, here's a Get Ready With Me and her Take 5 magazine story has launched. Have we seen that one? Okay, let's do this one. What Secret Recipe Vibes? Let's do that one.
Now, but I'm in the midst of making something, and I think I'm gonna make this a members only recipe. I might not do this a ton, but I'm kind of just slapping some shit together, and we're gonna.
So this one's called Secret Recipe Vibes, members only. Should we do that one? Sure.
See what happens. And my kitchen is a disaster, so I'm gonna probably also be doing dishes at some point. So this is gonna be more kickback.
Oh, let me look. For Jen. Where's Jen? No, she did not get fired for it. Nothing came of it. She told HR, and HR kind of said it's not really a work-related thing, and she didn't get fired. Yeah, she went to HR to get ahead of the situation, and they just kind of said it's not work-related. We're not really interested. Yeah, she paywalled her slop recipe.
Back vibes. I know I said I probably wasn't gonna go live. I lied, because I realized as I was like cooking here, I'm almost done with this pack of bacon, and I diced up some carrots. I have some finely diced celery. I have some diced onion. I have a bunch of like chicken broth and chicken juice from like crock-pot chicken I made from rotisserie chickens.
So this is from July of 2024.
Hi, Yessie. And so I'm gonna I've also got some cabbage that's gonna go bad. I don't know if I mentioned the cabbage. So I'm basically gonna be making some kind of like slop I can put on
I hear bacon though.
top of potatoes, my sweet potatoes. And I just don't really have much of a protein. So I'm going to fry off the diced veggies in this frying pan when it's done. So I'll have the flavor of bacon, but I'm not going to add bacon directly to the dish because the goal is going to be to have other sources of protein, to add. And for a couple times I might add some bacon, but I share the bacon with my brother.
I don't think bacon is a good protein source. I think that's just my opinion.
And, yeah, and I also really need to do the dishes. And low-key, I feel like being on live will make me accountable for that because I am like struggling to get my ass to do the dishes. I've done so much today. I'm very proud of myself. I've been very productive. The only other thing I need to do besides the dishes is shower. I mean, I also could shower in the morning.
Oh, she's very proud of herself again, guys. Look at this mess going on behind her, though. She got like every spice open and this cupboard open. I've never seen this cupboard open. Like the cupboard with the spices in it. I've never seen that open.
But I'll sleep better if I shower, especially after cooking bacon. And I did finish all of my laundry. And so on Wednesday evening, we're going to do Shop With Me Live on Torrid's website. And y'all, I'm going to do some damage.
Okay. I think we've seen this one. Haven't we seen this one? I feel like I've seen this one.
Trying to find people that have Torrid cash because then I can get a lot more shit for my money. And I don't have any. So, and I also haven't bought from Torrid in a really long time. I do have a coupon code from my email right now, but it's like 20% off. And I will be using Klarna. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the shopping on live, and then I'm going to process the payment the next day because I get paid on Thursday. So,
Oh, really?
but I'm going to use Klarna too to make a little more
Okay.
sense. So, anywho, let me check.
Bella, you're not the only person that doesn't like bacon. I think I had bacon once when I was like 27 or something, or 28. I think I've had it once. I'm not a bacon fan.
Here, we're like almost done with Bacon Central. So I'm mad at myself for saying I'm probably not going to go live because people aren't going to be expecting me to go live. And that's my bad. So, I'm tired. So yeah, I did end up deleting the members only live of me venting.
Oh, she deleted the members only live of her venting something. Guys, I made a really good recipe for the kids and I the other night. It's the TikTok breakfast sandwich made with rice paper, where you take rice paper, like dip it in egg, and then you have like some scrambled eggs and some like ham, or we use turkey breast, and then a bit of cheese, and then you roll it up, and then you roll it like a cinnamon roll, and then you air fry it. Fire. And it's about 220 calories with 20 grams of protein and 14 carbs. And one would fill you right up. And it was really, really good.
Earlier, just because I know for a fact that I have troll members. So because of what I was venting about, even though I was vague, I just kind of got into my head a little bit. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really glad my internet's working too. Let me know if there's any issues.
And they say, like on the video, it said to cook at 400 for 10 minutes. Like in the air fryer, I cooked it for much, much longer. Like it just felt like 10 minutes wasn't enough. And we like ours like crispy. But yeah, it was much longer. I think we did like 15, and I flipped it halfway because the bottom was still not crisping up. So but it was really, really good, and we're definitely going to make it again. And it was like easy enough, like the boys can make it and stuff. So
on that side of things, but I'm really pushing myself, so I'm just gonna slap this together. I might be able to fit everything in this big frying pan, and that's one less dish. We'll see. We'll see. What did I do with the chicken broth? Maybe it is in the fridge. 1 second. Let's see here.
yeah, beef is not cheap here. I think it's what, $8 a pound, something stupid like that. Ground beef. I get ground chicken from like the No Frills, and you get 4 pounds for $10. And sometimes Costco has a good sale on ground pork. $15 for like a big tube. But beef is so expensive. And chicken breasts, like fresh ones, you get 3 chicken breasts for like $20. It's so insane. It's ridiculous. We have a lot of ground beef and canned meat. Or ground meat and like canned meat.
Oh yeah, it is in the fridge.
Tofu's good.
I went to Publix today. I went to the produce shop and Five Below. So today was a fun shopping day. There might be some quiet if I'm not really thinking of stuff.
Yeah, we eat a lot of Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, and then like a ground chicken. And I sometimes get like frozen chicken fillets if they're on sale. When they're on sale, it's a good price. But if they're not on sale, I just wait.
Talk about while I'm working on multiple things.
Oh, really?
But-
Good still?
I think I can finish this off. Yeah, I think it's gonna be my last batch.
And I put on my community post a couple weeks ago my 2 favorite tofu recipes. One's like a taco crumble, and one is like, it just tastes like chicken nuggets. It's not breaded. It's just the way it's flavored and kind of coated.
As soon as I swear, if I want to summon my brother, just start cooking bacon. Start cooking bacon. First plate was done all of a sudden. Hi, Rosie. I know what you're here for. It ain't me. I didn't mention it, but on my live, I filled up 2 drinks. One with a flavored water. This is my pure water, Miyoki. This is water only. So this is gonna be done.
This is an old one. This is from, what did I say, July 2024. So she was streaming mostly vertical to get her subs up. So far, she only has 1 person in chat.
I'm gonna drink. So I've been leaving this out like on the counter because I'm just gonna throw it away. I already have some in the refrigerator. I just don't need. Hi, Yessie. I appreciate the replay of your live so much, just because your life is so scattered, and I can.
You guys see how significantly thinner she looked there when she was standing up, walking over? Like, look how significantly thinner she looks. Wow. Maybe not this one, but.
So this is gonna be done.
Like, she only has like 1 liver tit. Like, she doesn't have like 500. But like, significantly. Like, you can see her neck. And her shoulders aren't up to her ears.
I'm gonna drink. So I've been leaving this out like on the counter because I'm just gonna throw it away. I already have some in the refrigerator. I just don't need. Hi, Yessie. I appreciate the replay of your live so much, just because your life is so scattered, and I can only inhale the material and like bits and pieces. Oh, your life is so scattered. Understood. Yeah, I won't make it a habit of deleting lives on members only, unless I am talking about like serious things and I don't want to risk it. And like, it sucks. It sucks like having to block somebody you love to protect yourself. You know, it sucks. The whole thing sucks. But with all the crying.
Who did she have to block to protect herself? She says, I have to block someone I love to protect myself. Well, that feels rude. That feels really rude.
And stuff like this. I wasn't like out of pocket or anything. I've cried much worse on the public internet in recent history.
Yes. Yes. No, Crystal, you missed nothing.
I gotta push through and do the dishes. I have been procrastinating the dishes.
We are just watching old lives. Look at how much younger she looks. And this is only not even 2 years ago. She looks a lot younger as well. Lord, look at the state of her kitchen. Maybe I shouldn't feel embarrassed about going live in my kitchen.
Even if I don't wipe down the stovetop tonight and do this deep clean over here that I'd really like to do, I at least need to get the dishes going. I can clean this another time. I can probably do both, to be honest with myself. Do what you gotta do for your peace of mind. That has to be number 1. Thank you, Yessie. Yeah, I did tease at the end of my live.
Yeah, you can cook so much in a rice cooker. I thought you could just cook rice, but no, you can do a lot. So, okay, I'll update you guys on my dishwasher saga. Remember how it was leaking and I was calling all because it's under warranty and blah, blah, blah. And they'd come out, then it would leak again. And then I fixed it. Well, I figured out what the problem is. The problem is like where it connects to drain into like the sink pipes. Something's wrong there. It won't drain. There's not a big enough hole or something. But if I disconnect it and put the hose in the sink while I'm doing the dishes, it doesn't leak. It just drains into the sink. And then when I'm done washing, I hook it back up again, tighten it up until I can get like a plumber to figure out what's going on. The hole isn't working. The hole is not big enough. But it works great if I just put the hose in the sink and let it drain into the sink. No leaking. It's great.
to see it because yeah, I've been making a lot of content and I'm gonna have more out this week. I'm gonna probably make my retro react for Friday live for you guys tomorrow. Sometimes I get worried that I'm gonna make like too much content and y'all gonna be like, oh my god, I'm so sick of this bitch.
And I did snake it. I had like a green one, like just like it just is a little green one, and nothing really came out. And I tried like liquid plumber. I need like a professional plumber to come in and take a look at it. I think I tried, but I think I need the big guy to come in.
But I have to go to work tomorrow. Ugh. I don't even know what to call what I'm about to make. I think my friends call what I'm about to do hodgepodge, which is just like when you slap shit together and make a thing. And that's kind of what I'm gonna do because I just have all this stuff. I bought 2 carrots today at the produce shop, and then I went to Publix, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna have the energy.
Oh my god! And I finally have like children that are taller than me. And so we changed all the light bulbs that I haven't been able to change in a long time, like those hard to reach ones, because I now have tall children that can help me. It's amazing. We have like light in the house. It's great.
To process these carrots, and I'm really gonna want carrot slices for hummus for work. So
Yes,
I bought a
just
bag
need-
of carrot chips,
Colonoscopy.
and I just have more energy now than I thought I would. So I diced those, or roughly diced those up, and they're gonna go into whatever I'm about to make.
I'm just shocked that there's nobody in her lives. Do you know what this means? Because this is when she was popular. This means that she has blocked everyone that used to be in her lives. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, this should be done. Because what I'm about to make, I think my goal mainly is I just want to get something that I can just like place the sweet potato in my lunch container, throw this on top, and then heat it up with probably adding a protein realistically, because I don't think I'm going to add any meat to this. Set that right there. Drain the grease, so it's not just a bunch of grease. There's just like a little bit on the bottom here, like what's already like on the pan, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna move that.
I can't get over how different she looks. I'm just gonna bump her up.
And then
She looks boring to me. Here. There we go. Oh,
trusting, bless you.
she's still doing the nose thing.
I don't know.
And there is nobody else in her chat. Nobody else has talked.
Sometimes I get in my head, but the that react today, I felt like the chat was kind of quiet. Was it like a little too meta or redundant? What did you guys think? I mean, people did chat and stuff, I will say that, but I feel like it did okay. But I really wanted, honestly, I did it for me. Even like outside of like other people's reactions or whatever, like that live was gonna happen even if nobody showed up. Because that was a moment for me, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and add some garlic and onion powder right now. I'm gonna hold off on the salt like I said, but I know I'm gonna add this eventually anyway, so I may as well roast it up a little bit. And actually, I think I'm gonna add some gochugaru, which is just Korean red pepper.
Yes, when she does a vertical, the YouTube counts it as like a shorts, like similar to that. Like the lives are like short, so they get put out more. And of course, she didn't have it age restricted or anything like that, and so she got a lot of minors in her chat.
Flakes. They're a little less aggressive than regular like crushed red pepper, for example. I really like these. Hey, BB, I'm making something my friends refer to as hodgepodge. I'm just slapping some shit together. I just got done making some bacon, so I took the pan that it was made in. I drained almost all the grease. I really don't. Like, let them talk their shit. Let them be miserable people. Let them be.
Okay, I had to bump it up because she was just talking about food, but here she's gonna talk about people covering her, I think. So
Oh, boy, on, right? From the actual chicken juice. Let's see, how are the carrots cooking? So crunchy. I'm basically gonna simmer this until the carrots. I went a little too hard on the cayenne pepper seasoning. It's a little too spicy for me. I could maybe add a dash of honey or something to calm it down, but that's more sugar and calories.
okay, I'm in here. I'm in her live. There I am. And I said, I hate washing dishes, but we haven't had a dishwasher for 4 years. How am I in there when I'm blocked? I don't know how that works. That's weird. Yeah, here I am.
Yeah, Jessica, I operate the same way. I don't want to know unless I'm in danger. I really don't. Like, let them talk their shit. Let them be miserable people. Let them be haters. I'm not.
Unless it's no, this is when, like, I was thinking maybe it's a different account, but I don't think it is. I don't know. That's weird. Kel's Bell's a mod. I wasn't a mod here. That is really weird. It could be a different account.
Tracking right now. I did originally set out to start tracking tomorrow. That was like my original goal. I'm going to be honest about this and say, I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be a different account because I switched account slots just to get the free YouTube every month. So it could be.
Because I'm eating well right now and I'm so stressed out about this job and being disabled and all the things I'm fucking juggling. I mean, maybe one of the things I can try to do is like plan out my meals in advance, but that feels like a potential like ED trigger. And it's like I thought by two.
So this is when I started noticing discrepancies in her, because here she keeps talking about, I can't handle this job with my disability and my mental health, blah, blah, blah. And I figured that she would try to go off on disability somehow. Like she was setting it up that she was going to have like a mentee B or something and go off on disability. And this is when I started like side-eyeing. Oh my gosh, I just got delivered 2 tubs of creamed honey by accident. What the hell do I do with that? A small bottle of honey lasts me years. I'm thinking food pantry. So I did give one of the tubs of cream honey to the food pantry, and the other one I still have in my fridge. And I use it to make those drop cookies. I think it's still good. Honey's still good 2 years later.
2 weeks in, I'd be feeling more ready to like add something else to my plate, but I don't think I am yet. Like training is a lot, you guys. Like I don't know if I've mentioned this yet to anybody. Maybe I think I did on members only content at some point. I've called out once so far, and I am just so scared to overload myself and keep calling out. I don't want to be. I don't want to bar myself out of potential leadership roles right off the fuck.
This was the job that she had to drive to. This was the job where she dropped the coworker in a deserted parking lot. This is that job.
Gate. I want to give it a real shot, you know. And like, a lot of people just don't get that I'm chronically ill. Like, they see my fatness and that's all they see, right? And they see the things that I am capable of, and so they just assume that like I'm always.
So creamed honey, you know how honey is like golden and liquidy, like it pours out of the bottle. Well, cream honey is white and it's thick, and you have to scoop it out. Like, it's not a liquid; it's like a solid. It's like a solid honey, but it's cream, and it's white looking, not like golden or yellow.
At that level, and I'm just not. And you know, I'm commuting 120 minutes a day minimum. Honestly, probably closer to 1.5 hours. And that's like not including if I stop off somewhere. And you know, what's kind of crazy is like, so before last week, I had a mild fluctuation. I went up a few kilograms, and I was like, well, I need to nip that in the bud. And even though I ate a lot of fast food during that portion of the week, I dropped back down to
A few kilograms in a week. Well, it's probably water weight for her too, as well. A few kilograms. That's like 5 pounds.
my lowest weight because I was doing really good on portion control. And I'm doing a lot better now because my first week of work, I gained weight eating my healthier foods because I was anxiously overpacking. And that could have been avoided if I was tracking. And I do know that, you guys. But I haven't been binging, and that's because I'm not tracking. And I'd rather be a little stalled out and not binging.
She hasn't been bingoing because she eats so much. Like, did you see the lunches she packs? It's enough for a man working construction. Like, she packs enough for like 3 lunches. She hasn't had bingo because she eats constantly.
Been binging and probably gaining, you know? And this is all going to even out. I know it will. I know my patterns of behavior. I know how I operate. I know that I'm going to keep losing weight. And I just have to deal with the fact that I'm not losing weight at the rate other people want me to. And that's not my problem. So I have really taken a step back from talking about my health online because I have so much stress.
Our local honeybee factory, it's not really a factory, our local honeybee place does the creamed honey or the whipped honey as well. So sometimes they'll do it as well. But I think the ones I got ordered, I remember it was an Instacart order, and I got somebody else's order. And like, these tubs are like 5 pounds each or more. Like, they were giant tubs of it. I'm like, and we never eat honey at all. So I did give one away. And then the other one, we still have like 3/4 of it.
In my life. Thank you so much, Daybella. You're so sweet. I feel like I missed some chats.
Okay.
Creamed honey is basically like whipped honey.
Okay, this is what it says. So May, I can't tell if that's Maybella there. Yeah, I think that's Maybella. And then I said, maybe a combo of meal planning with good snacks available. You prep well with cut veggies and stuff. And then I say, stress can keep weight on or changes in your water intake. All right, there I am giving some good advice.
Yeah. Maybe a combo of meal planning with good snacks available. Yeah. And I have been working on that. And I did prep sweet potato. I did food prep today. And I'm really proud of myself because I didn't think I was going to get the energy to with everything else I was doing. But the internet guy came. I did a live. I filmed a bunch. I haven't really been editing yet, but I got everything set up for me to edit. I think if leadership is meant for you, there will be various opportunities along the way. So stay in the present and don't have that goal added stress. Yeah, and I agree with that, Jessica. But the biggest thing, they've said it over and over and over again, is how important attendance is. So whether or not I'm aiming for leadership or not.
Okay, this is what is weird. Jessica is not in the chat. So whoever Jessica was is banned. But I'm still here. So it must be a different account.
I'm going to be stressing about that because That's my weakest point with my issues. Yeah, me too is strange. I'm glad the internet's back up. Oh my God. It's been a time. So thank you, Michaela. And I appreciate it. And that's the other thing is the cortisol, the stress of it all. I also had a bit of a fluctuation because I believe I had a hormonal cycle because the timing aligned and all the other symptoms aligned. I just didn't have the physical symptoms. So I think I jinxed myself a little bit because I was having a more regular cycle. And in this month, it didn't happen. So, which at this weight is not surprising. But let's see.
Oh my God, I love those vibrational plates. I love them. You gotta put your bra on though.
And I've been doing a lot better about eating out the past few days. So I'm just so annoyed about people's reaction to me, like giving rides and shit. Like, I think some people were in like, I got some Instagram DMs about it because if you guys still watch my story,
Ooh, okay, this will be interesting.
one day I posted a story right before work because I went to this nutrition shop at Plaza. I was planning to go to this other business and I wasn't going to post about it because I just wanted to try their food. It was this little breakfast spot, but it was Saturday and they're closed on Saturday and Sunday. And so the only other food option in that plaza was this nutrition shop, which is essentially like an Herbalife store, right? And Herbalife's an MLM, so I don't normally support them. I went in there anyway because I knew it would be good for my health goals. And I didn't really have another option. It was like really, really close to work. And I was just cutting it really close. Honestly, I was like 4 minutes late to work, but they're not super stringent about that. At least during training, because when I'm on the phones, stuff like that would affect my adherence. But one-offs here and there are not going to be detrimental for like being late just by a few minutes. But I digress. So I got a protein waffle and a protein shake, and like the protein shake was like barely 300 calories, and the protein waffle was in like the 400 calorie range. So I was right in range for a meal for me, and it was delicious. It was so good. And like that's the thing is I don't think
Can you imagine 700 calories as a meal for her? It's just crazy to me because I'm not moving my body. My daily calorie, because I have to be in a deficit, is not very high. Like 700 is almost where I'm at. Like it's a bit more than 700. I just couldn't imagine 700 being a meal for her. Just can't imagine that.
you guys know this. I had an Herbalife phase before I knew how bad MLMs are. I was like 17, I think, definitely 18. And this is like a period of my life I don't remember very well. I remember there was a guy that I was talking to. I don't remember how old he was, but it was like a little bit of a flirty thing. He was older than me, that I know, but like it didn't really, like nothing really came of it. I don't know, it was weird, but he was also selling Herbalife, and like I got signed up through, I think like someone he's related to or something that he was signed up with or whatever. And I did the like weight loss challenge shit and all of that. And that was the first time my family.
I'm not on earphones, so I don't know how she sounds. I just hear a lot of water running.
My mom and I got into like protein puddings. This was back in like 2010, before 2011. So my mom was making protein puddings before it was like a thing, because they were really easy to prep and they were so good. And we would use the Herbalife protein shakes, which it sucks they're an MLM because I genuinely like their powders. Like I don't know if they're the best ingredients or whatever, but flavor wise they taste really good. But fuck MLM, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, the girl there was so nice that it kind of makes me want to go back. I really liked it. And $10 for a protein waffle that's like really, really good and really good for you. They have like sugar-free whipped cream, and they
$10 for a waffle? Are they like frozen waffles and they just heat them up for you? Holy man.
like portion out a tablespoon of chocolate chip. So it's like really oriented towards health goals, and finding shit like that outside of like those MLM nutrition shops is like impossible. And I'm torn because like it is supporting someone local. It is like helping me, right? But it's also supporting an MLM company, and that feels morally unfortunate for me. Oh yeah, I mean, nowadays I'm not nearly into my Insta like I once was. But I do sometimes post stuff exclusive to Instagram. Like a big thing I used to do that I need to get back into doing more often was playing music that I'm listening to while I'm in the car driving. And it's just like me existing and vibing. And sometimes I talk, but a lot of the times I don't. Hold on. And sometimes I do post exclusive stuff there. I do spend a lot of my time posting on my story, like promoting YouTube shit. So there's that. I tried one of those Herbalife nutrition shops and wasn't impressed. This one,
I don't know if they're still around. I know a lot of MLMs didn't make it over the past year, or else they changed to affiliate, but I don't know if Herbalife is.
I've done that too, and I wasn't impressed either. I have to earn my sick time. But the one I went to was different. The shake was pretty good. I mean, they could have went a little harder on some of the flavor components, but they kept it super low cal, which meant I could pair it with the protein waffle. And they just add some flour to protein powder basically and like made a waffle out of it. The waffle was so good, bro. That waffle was crazy. Couldn't believe it. For sure.
Yeah, we make waffles here and then freeze them, and then the boys have them. But we make them like, I use protein powder, and I use like a protein milk of some sort, and I think an egg, and maybe like a tablespoon of flour and baking powder or something like that. It's mostly protein powder. And very like low flour. And then you get those little, what's that brand where they have the little mini waffle makers? A Dash little waffle maker. I love it. And they freeze really good, and then they just reheat really good. So it's nice to have.
Okay, let me scroll up here. And they don't do part-time. Yeah, I've lost job opportunities due to chronic pain, and it sucks. Yeah, I'm going to be...
Okay, so that was me that said I've lost job opportunities due to chronic pain, and it sucks. And then I think here where she's like, yeah, I'm going to be not making it. And you can change the flavors of the waffles depending on what protein powder you make. Like you can have like a chocolate peanut butter one, or like we like the cake pop one flavor.
I'm going to be putting my all into this, and if I end up without a job at some point, I'm going to have to, that's going to hit me really hard, because I'm already like shining and training. Like I don't want to sit here and like suck the farts out of my own asshole, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm doing really well when it comes to the content of the job. And I've sold this product before for another company. And I think I might have already told you guys in another live. I don't remember. But
Oh my God, she has the water running. Does she have the water running while she's having this monologue?
sold this product before, and that job was harder because it wasn't 100% inbound. There was one MLM vitamin that actually helped my chronic pain, but I can't remember who it was and never pre-ordered. Oh wow, the waffle did look delicious, or was it just a plain protein waffle with chocolate on it? So it was a protein waffle made with the Herbalife stuff, the like flour, whatever else you put in it. It was very simple, and the texture was great. And then she spread like a very thin amount of Nutella. I think I ordered the s'mores, so there was like a tablespoon or so, or maybe a little less, of mini marshmallows and chocolate chips. And then I think it came with regular syrup. I don't remember the syrup tasting like sugar-free, which in the container that she gave, I only used half the syrup. It was very good. Hey, Carmina, good to see you.
Oh my God, I think her water is running. I think Her water is running while she's yapping.
You. I'd rather go to Smoothie King or Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Yeah, I think you could like add protein to those, but a lot of that's just like blended fruit. But if you add protein, it's not too shabby. But for me, those places are less like meal-like, you know. But that's more of a like drinking your calorie situation, which like not at all trying to yuck your yum, and I've certainly done it before, and I'll do it again. But I do try to just limit that. Okay, so this is in here, but where's the pink bowl that goes with it? Oh, I put it in the dishwasher. I'm a smarty smart. So, anywho, we're almost done with the dishes, y'all.
Yeah, so she's not actually washing her dishes. She's like rinsing them off because then she puts them in the dishwasher after, which is like, why don't you just wash them? Like she uses double the water because she rinses them and then puts them in the dishwasher.
I want a medal and a protein cookie. I used to see my mom being like, that's too sweet for me. That's too sweet for me. And being like, you're fucking crazy. And now I'm that bitch. Comes an age, I swear. Also, the diabetes doesn't help.
Yes, remember that Rosie doesn't like sweet things anymore. Only chocolate from Norway and cut up protein bars in her popcorn and everything else sweet and sugary.
I know. It'd be great if coffee places had protein powder or like protein like milks and smoothies. Like, it's crazy they haven't jumped on that bandwagon yet. Everybody's complaining recently. Like, even Zach said it. Like, why is everybody doing protein nowadays? It's like, why aren't you? I definitely have always felt
Oof, she's talking about Zach or Michael.
like protein was an important part of my meal, but it wasn't until more recent history that it became a major focal point. And for me, that was like even more specifically tied to like Freya, right? It was after I met Freya that I really got into it. But then that just kind of started making sense. Like once I started working with her and like learning some stuff from her, and then like watching more and more of the TikTok content, some of which I was already consuming, but then I started consuming at like a heightened velocity. Are there single serve protein powders like for on the go? I mean, they need to really get into that market more in like gas stations and stuff. But I will say there's this one company I can't wait to order some protein from, but I have a lot of protein to go through first, honestly. Aww. Fuck. Y'all want to prep some fluffy yogurt with me? Because that's repetitive
Yes.
content at this point.
Yes.
Oh my god, I just want to go to bed, but I should just.
Yes, I want to prep some fluffy yogurt. I haven't had a fluffy yogurt prep in 2 years, Roz. Roz is edging me. I want to see the fluffy yogurt.
I should just do it. I should just do it. I'll just do it. Oh my god. I'll just do it. Why do I have to love myself and take care of myself and try to help myself lose weight? Easier not to. I'm kidding. Yeah, let's do that when I'm done. My arms hurt. I'm exhausted. I'm a little crabby. I'm really tired. My head hurts. I don't know where my glasses are, and it's stressing me out for tomorrow. I really wanted to wear my glasses on my live. Honestly, I don't even think I put a true concerted effort into finding them, if I'm being real with y'all.
Pause. What? You don't know what the fluffy yogurt is? Fluffy yogurt was like Roz's whole identity a couple years ago. It was everything. We had fluffy yogurt every fucking stream. It's like yogurt with protein powder and a whole bunch of stuff. We need the fluffy yogurt prep. Oh my god, if you guys want to watch the funniest video in the world, Weird Wicked Wednesday has I don't know if it's a short or a video on Roz eating fluffy yogurt, and it made me laugh so hard. It's like the best video in the world. I'll try to find it after.
Yeah. I
What?
don't know, Sam.
Can't believe this.
Yeah, so a lot of companies, I didn't even answer the question. A lot of companies will send like individual packets. Uh-huh. I've gotten to the stage in life where I've stopped caring if pots and pans are supposed to go in the dishwasher or not, because I just need to get them clean. And oh, one of the things that I'm planning on doing.
Yeah, Roz's fluffy yogurt is like it's like the base. It's like the main thing of Roz. Like that was like her identity. They're legendary.
Once I get my money a little figured out, as I'm going to be hiring someone to help me with deep cleaning and organizing, because I don't got it in me to maintain it without some assistance, and I just need to accept that about myself. I can't do everything. I just can't. All right. With almost all the dishes. I really should make some room for these tongs. Oh, I have one pair in the dishwasher, so that's fine. I'll deal with that another day. Yes, Queen, hire someone. That's what I do for a living, and there's no shame in paying for help. Thank you. Thank you, Shawnee. I will. I can do this. I'll just make it, put it all in one tub, and I can estimate it into fourths because.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. We're going to get a fluffy yogurt recipe, and we weren't expecting it. This is the best Monday of all Mondays in the world. You guys, get ready for the most thrilling awesomeness. Get your water ready.
This is better than going to Wendy's in the morning every fucking day like I did last week. I was able to still
Going to Wendy's every morning. Well, that's not water weight then, girl. I think you gained 5 pounds of fat.
lose weight because I didn't get a combo. I would just get a diet soda, and when I started.
Oh, but she lost weight. She lost weight because she didn't get a combo, even though she went to Wendy's every day. That's girl math right there. That's Rosie math right there.
Ordering was the maple chicken biscuit. No, the maple chicken
Every
croissant,
day.
but no spread.
Yeah.
So it was just the meat in the bun. And it was portion controlled, but that's money out the door. And I can eat a lot better and be more full and feel.
Oh my God, is she calling a Wendy's breakfast sandwich portion control? Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. It's portion control. It's still 600 calories or whatever. I don't even know how much they are. Our Wendy's didn't serve breakfast till this year, and they just have the French sticks. But it's still it's portion control because you're only buying one. I love how she like calculates this in her head to get around it. Well, I'm not eating 3 of them. I'm just buying one.
Feel better longer. And so that's what I was doing for breakfast this week because I didn't prep fluffy yogurt last week. And so only some days I can do cereal in the morning because I've been wasting a bunch of water, sorry. Because I deal with like nausea in the morning. I have since I was like 9 years old. Hi, Laurel.
Nausea in the morning. Like the McDonald's breakfast sandwiches are under 300 calories. Like I think if you're in a rush or had no other choice, I think that's a good option. And the Burger King chicken nuggets are under 200 calories if you're in a rush and need some protein, need something.
Oh man, I see it in my face. It's starting to hit. I gotta move before I run out of momentum.
There she's doing it again. Do you see it in my face? Do you see it in my face? It's about to hit. The fatigue is about to hit. Watch my face for it. Watch my face. I don't know anybody in real life that does that.
Okay, so I got yogurt. I've got a cheesecake pudding in the living room. Don't ask. I've just never moved it from in front of the TV. And I got the protein right there. I'm gonna make it super simple. I've got a vanilla protein shake in the refrigerator. I'll just make it super basic. So I can customize it in my bowl in the morning. I'll put it all in the KitchenAid so I don't have to actually do anything. Oh shit, this is still cooking. I'm a fucking mess, y'all. If you don't know that, you're new here. All right, this should. Oh wow. I should have had somebody remind me I was cooking. Oh, she stewed. She rendered.
Oh, Hazley, we're just watching really old Raws. That's all we've done, and just yapped. I drink my breakfast. I drink a protein coffee because A, I need coffee, and B, I like a little protein in the morning to help me hit my goals.
She's rendered. Okay, let's see. Are the carrots cooked? Bruh. Gonna watch your reaction.
What the fuck did she make? What is this? What is that? Oh my god. Okay.
I missed it earlier. Thank you, Laura. I had a fun time. She done. She's spicy. I might not have the energy to vlog today's lunch. I might just do it with you guys. Because we're here. We're committed. Ugh. Fuck. Alright. Fluffy yogurt. But yeah, I'm going to do my lunch while I prep for the other things. So I can consolidate the amount of time I'm walking and standing. I'm hitting a wall right now. Give me a second. Okay. Give me a second, guys.
Jessica, it's portion controlled. It's portion controlled because she's just buying one. And she's buying a diet soda too instead of a regular soda. So it's good. She's saving. My God, can you actually, you might even, in this view, it looks like Rosie has collarbones. Or some shape to the shoulder.
No. Okay, this comes over here. This goes here.
I need my
This goes
coffee.
over here. Hydration. Oh. Okay. Let's plug in the KitchenAid. Okay. Gotta charge my phone. Yes, I did make fluffy yogurt in a previous video, Kels. Wait. Is that what I need to edit? Y'all haven't seen what I'm about to do yet. Fuck.
No, Rosie, we haven't. You've been edging me for 15 minutes. I can't handle this, Roz. 676767.
Oh, okay. Sneak peek. It'll be a lot more in depth and better done when you guys watch it and cook with me. Oh man. Okay.
Roz is like a gremlin when she eats after midnight, but it's before the fatigue sets in. Like she has to, it's on a timeline. So she's going to actually use her KitchenAid to make fluffy yogurt. I've never seen that part before. She doesn't use her KitchenAid for like making bread or stuff that would actually help her. She's going to use it to make fluffy yogurt. All right, good.
Got it. All right. Actually, I'm not even going to explain it that much. I've made fluffy yogurt before, but I haven't batch made it before. That fluffy yogurt that I've made, I think was not my most recent cook with me, but the one before that. So give with me a second, guys. I'm about to show you how I batch cook it.
I know this is going to be amazing. And then me in the chat, what's fluffy yogurt? I think I need that recipe. This is when I still liked her. And the funny thing is that I make fluffy yogurt a lot, but I don't call it fluffy yogurt. I just make Greek yogurt with some protein powder and some other stuff that I'll tell you after, but I still eat it. Like I said, I have to have low calories, high protein. It hits my goals. Yes.
Actually, instead of strawberries, we're gonna use something else. Yo, what the fuck? What are we doing with this? I swear to God, did I?
No, Prez, this isn't the smoothie bread she made. This is something different. She makes this fluffy yogurt a lot after this. But it's not the smoothie bread that she made with the melted ice cream bars. No. That was horrendous as well.
Lose my mind? I mean, yes, but this one's
Mom,
over here.
you're going to have to make fluffy yogurt because it doesn't taste tangy and sour. So maybe you're going to have to use this recipe. Just kidding. I'm just
Am I
kidding.
insane? Sorry, guys, give me a second. Am I losing my marbles? Oh, I am losing my marbles. Okay, there it is. Okay.
Okay, I don't make mine like Rosie's at all. So I just use like a serving of Greek yogurt, or how much I think I'm going to eat, and a serving of protein powder, less than a serving, or else it gets too thick, and then a little bit of sugar-free like pudding mix to give it a flavor, and that thickens it up a bit. And sometimes I don't add the protein powder, but it just adds some flavor and different texture to the. And then you can add whatever you want to it. Like you can add berries or nuts or like sugar-free caramel sauce or like sugar-free chocolate chips, which we don't have in Canada, but like you can add shit to it. But Rosie makes it a little different.
Okay. Okay. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay.
So yeah, I usually have like the non-fat Greek yogurt, but when the boys were little, we'd have like the really fat Greek yogurt, like the 14% fat Greek yogurt, because we were vegetarian as well, and we didn't use oils in cooking, so they needed their fats in other ways. And damn, like the 14% Greek yogurt is like so good. It's like a dessert, but it's very fattening. Like it's not on anybody's diet plan, but it is good.
Okay, perfect. Alright. And then I'm sorry, I'm gotta collect myself, guys. I've got that. Yogurt.
But I would take like a bite of it when I was like feeding them and stuff, and I'm like, damn, that's better than sex. Well, the sex that I was having, but that was good.
All right, and then there's one more thing.
I have never heard of the new style. Never. No. Canada has pretty good dairy though. Like our Canadian made yogurts and our Canadian made milks are pretty good. But I've never tried that. That's interesting. I'd like to try that actually.
Okay. Hello. What the fuck? Oh my god. Ever since I started working corporate, anytime I don't want to deal with something, I just go, that's above my pay grade. Even if it's that fucking light not turning on correctly, that's above my pay grade. I don't care. I went to Publix and I bought this as like a test run. If I'm ever in a pinch, I wanted to try these.
So the province of Ontario still has milk in a bag, but we don't. I'm in Alberta. We don't have milk in a bag. We used to, like 20 years ago, 25 years ago, but not anymore.
And see how I like them? The pre-made sandwiches. This whole thing is 500 calories. And I'm going to take the cheese.
Yeah, like I think the dairy standards are really, really strict. So I remember there was a big fight a few years ago that some American companies wanted to come in with dairy, and they had to change up a lot of things because our dairy regulations or what's in it or how it came from is very strict. I don't know.
Cheese off because I don't like it. They're little like chicken sliders, like deli chicken sliders. Bro. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to take the top buns off real quick. There we go. Ah, this looks like pepper jack. Okay. I don't really like cold cheese like that, so I'm just going to try to keep all the meat.
Wait, why the fuck what are we talking about cheese? I thought we were making fluffy yogurt. Rosie's going to kill me here. Oh, yes. Here I saw a candy bar protein pudding with butterscotch powder and chocolate protein shake. I make that all the time. I make half butterscotch pudding powder, half chocolate powder, and like protein milk or something. And it tastes like when you mix butterscotch and chocolate, it tastes like a Snickers. I love it.
Lost a little bit of the meat, but I don't really care that much. And there's a lot of cheese on this. There is not a lot of meat on this. There's like more cheese than meat, and I got a problem with that. Okay, I'm not gonna get this one again. I'll look at the other ones. There was like a deli turkey sub, but it was like 90% bread. It was like an Italian loaf bread. And I was like, well, I don't want that. That's too much carb to protein ratio for me. But the good news is, I got this a while ago. I think the vlog's already out. I haven't even opened it yet. I got some salami. So I'm glad that I gotta sit down. I'm about to fall over. Oh, fuck. Just got dizzy.
Who said get the fainting chair? They were right. We got the fainting chair.
This is going to set me up better for the week. I just need to see this through. And honestly, being on live is helping me stay focused and not give up. So, right, let's do 3 slices of.
Don't give up, Rosie. Don't give up. You got to make the fluffy yogurt. My aunt and uncle used to, we used to have a farm that we did our own dairy and then make our own butter, make our own like cheeses and stuff like that. And it tastes very different than carton milk is all I can say.
Salami, 1 per sandwich. And that'll be good. So remove the cheese, and I'm gonna just do this on each sandwich. A nice little salami layer. And I'll let y'all know how this is tomorrow. So
And I've made a Dubai like yogurt with like pistachio, sugar-free Jello pudding and chocolate, or like the our protein pudding, like with those either like chocolate shake, like chocolate protein milk and pistachio, like just a mixture of the two. It got no crunchies though. It's just chocolate and pistachio.
I just looked around and I thought this sounded really good, like sweet bees honey barbecue glazed chicken. Like that sounds delicious, right? Okay. Let me move this over here.
My friend, when she was pregnant, craved buttermilk and would drink 2 liters of buttermilk a day. Ugh. Like there's no way. I would never drink buttermilk. Never mind 2 liters, but that's what her pregnancy craving was.
Put that away. All right, let's pack my lunch real fast. This can go at the bottom.
And yes, I'm going to yuck her yum, okay? 2 liters of buttermilk, but she was pregnant, so we give her a pass.
And then to go with my regular hummus, I have a 100 calorie pack of pretzels I may or may not eat, but I'm packing them just in case. This is a spoiler for the Publix. I got a box of single serve chips.
I didn't even know. I think it's the leftovers when you're making butter. It's like the whey of curds and whey. Anyways, it's thin and it's tangy, like really, really sour tangy. And I don't know if it's salty or not, but I know it's tangy and thin, like watery thin.
Because I wanted them. And I bought some pre-chipped carrots. Well, shit. I prefer my slices. The texture is better on my slices. That's annoying. Oh well.
Is it thick? I don't know. I had it once. Maybe mine was off. I don't know. Maybe it is thick, but isn't it tangy? I don't know. I honestly have never had buttermilk. I just use milk and vinegar. But isn't it like 3% fat or something insane? I don't know. I don't know. It just feels wrong to me. Whatever it is, it feels wrong.
Yeah, the bread gets soggy. Yeah. There's no condiments on it. I don't think I'm going to bring any. I'm going to just YOLO it. And then, I'm going to bring, I got some green grapes because they were way crunchier versus the red grapes. The red grapes were kind of ass, to be honest with you. I can really only eat grapes within the first 2 days of me buying them, and then they get too soft for me from high maintenance like that.
Okay, I Googled it. Like real buttermilk is thin and watery, left behind after churning butter, but you rarely find this on the grocery store shelves. Major Canadian supermarkets is cultured buttermilk, which is a thick texture. It's creamier, heavier than regular milk. Due to the fermentation process and proteins clumping together, it can appear slightly lumpy It's lumpy.
So we're gonna pack these, and then that over there with the salami, and then come on, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Oh, good. Okay. All right. You know, this will be good with pretzels too. I can eat it with the sweet hummus, not just the savory. Okay.
Oh, this is when she had that chocolate hummus. Do you guys remember that one live she did eating the chocolate hummus and she didn't like it?
So I'm gonna give a spoiler alert. I hated this chocolate hummus before I added a remarkable amount of swerve to it. I don't really even like dark chocolate like that, but I was really into the idea of this girl on TikTok dipping her grapes into chocolate hummus. And I was like, I don't know why, but that sounds like it's going to hit so hard. And then this was the only chocolate hummus I saw. It was dark chocolate. And I was like,
I make a really great hummus for a dip. So it has chickpeas and then vanilla and then I think a little bit of baking powder, baking soda, I can't remember, chocolate chips. Anyways, it turns into like a cookie dough hummus. Tastes just like cookie dough. I used to make it for the kids all the time.
but it was BOGO. So I had to get two anyway. And I was like really set on the idea, so I did it. It was the most bitter thing I've ever eaten in my entire life.
She's packing her lunch for work. This is when she worked out of the house.
Excuse me. So the swerve really did help it. It's actually pretty good with the swerve, but I cannot do just that hummus. Absolutely the motherfucker not. Oh my God. Okay. So my lunch is done. Sandwiches, grapes, carrot chips, 2 kinds of hummus, pretzels. I think I already said chips. And that should be good snack-wise. I might throw in a Fiber One bar just to keep it fancy. But now I don't have to worry about my lunch in the morning. So I've got tons of time when I wake up to just like fucking vibe. All right. That's also got to go in the fridge. I've also got to put the bacon away. I honestly might need to let that cool overnight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put that away before I go to bed. There's no meat in it, so it's not a big deal. As long as I put it away before I go to work. Okay, so fluffy yogurt in the KitchenAid. Let's go. This is a batch recipe. This is 4 servings. This is not for 1 serving, right?
All right, guys, here we go.
My wallet is over here.
Hey, remember this is a batch serving. It's for 4 servings.
Good thing I noticed that. I can do this. So, I take a whole ass tub. And maybe wait to put this on. Because it's just cramping my style. Whole tub. Scrape it clean. So that breaks down to about 1.25 servings of Greek yogurt per serving of fluffy yogurt. So higher in protein and more satiating. Then 1 box, because you normally use you normally use a 1/4 of this container. For a single serving anyway.
Yeah, no. Like, I don't think she made it past training, but she did work out of the house and go out of the house for training. I think she quit before the training was over. She quit after 90 days, whichever came first.
Then I dump. I'm going to start with a half. I think I do a whole one. I just don't remember. But I'm going to start with a half, and then I'll do a texture check. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4.
But I think she's using like a really gross brand of protein powder. I think that's the problem. So we got yogurt, protein shake, and now we're adding protein powder.
5, 6. A little bit. Some of those were a little light, but that's fine. Because normally, last time I did this, I did 4 scoops. But I want to do a bit heavier on the protein this time. Fuck. Baking soda. I probably should have shaken the shake first, you're right. Baking powder, where are you? Where's the baking powder? Oh, literally in front of my fucking face. Alright. So, I'm going to take this little teaspoon. I'm going to use this much for 4 servings. And that's it. And then put that in. We're going to lock it. Lowest setting. Let it start working. Okay. I use a little over half. And it's a really good texture right now. But there's pudding powder in it, so I use probably roughly 3/4. Alright, let me show you. That's what we got going. Alright, so I'm going to take the scraper and just scrape the edges real quick. Oh, I just got it like all over my knuckles
I like how she tells us she has to scrape the edges.
and shit. Oh, she tasty. She protein heavy though, but she tasty. If you want it to taste less like protein, use I would use less powder. You could also obviously use like Fairlife instead. So
Yeah, I think it's a pea protein.
instead of this, I had the baking soda because Buff Unicorn is the one that started that for the fluffy yogurt. It just improves the texture. You can do it without, especially if you're using the protein powder or the pudding powder. I'm gonna use this like big bucket container I've used in the past. I'm just gonna throw this in the fridge because I just don't give a shit. And yeah. It improves the texture. It's what makes fluffy yogurt fluffy. Yeah, this needs more to it. I normally add like peanut butter and stuff. This is just a base, so I'll be customizing this as I go along. And then I'm gonna go to fucking bed. So my video of me making this will be a lot more informative and low-key. I think that one I made tastes a little bit better than this one. So I might not do 6 again, but I don't know unless I try, you know? And then this coming Sunday, I was invited to a psychic fair. I'm really excited to go. And I got my nail appointment on
Oh, a psychic fair. I don't think we ever saw that.
Monday, and I think I'm gonna take myself on a date night and go see Inside Out. And then
I don't think she ever did that either.
in May also, I think I need to book a waxing appointment. That was a good idea.
A waxing appointment? What you waxing, Rosie?
Someone said it as a joke, but I'm just gonna lick my hand clean. I really don't give a shit right now. But y'all really get uncensored Rosie over here and was like, oh, fucks, what are those? I don't know them. I don't know her. Yeah, I have PB2 to be purchased. I'm trying to hold off on spending more money until, unless I need to, until my paycheck hits on Thursday. Oh, I got some shit on my face. So this is like at about the halfway mark, right around here. Let me rinse this out real fast.
What the fuck tub is this? This isn't the yogurt tub. This is a different tub. Where'd you get this tub from? This is a giant tub.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Alright, and then I'm gonna let this fucking vibe. Alright. There she blows. Okay. This can go back in the fridge. This can go in the sink. And that is how you set yourself up for success next week.
Next week? So this yogurt's going to sit in this tub for a week? I think she still has water running. That sounds like water, too.
I'm going to turn off my first alarm because I don't got to do jack shit except put some yogurt in my face and the regular tasks of getting ready. Oh, wow. I just noticed the yogurt on my cheek. Thank you, Strange. I earned that medal.
Oh my God, what did I say?
I do feel like I'm about to fall over. Can I get a shower in tonight? I think so. It might be a very fast one, but yogurt is good for the skin. No worries. You're so right, Bestie. You're so right. I really appreciate all of you guys so
Oh my
much.
God, is she calling me Bestie?
My life is so much better.
Call me Bestie? I can't see it. My screen won't go down that far. But I don't know who she called Bestie. I'm hoping it's me.
For having
Almost
done
done.
YouTube. I'm a better person for it. I'm a happier person for it. I have an outlet for my passions and my joys. I have a motivation outside of myself that I think I struggle to find sometimes. I am so happy to be here. And I really just want it to stay that way. So, oh God, thank God I remembered to pack my lunch. I'm glad I bought that sandwich because that made the construction of my lunch so easy. Because I have bread and I have some turkey breast and some salami. And so if I really want to do low effort lunches,
So, like, she bought a sandwich, but she also has all the ingredients. Are you getting hungry? Okay, give me 5 minutes, okay? Just give me 5 minutes. You guys, just give me 5 minutes. I forgot what I was saying. But she could have made her own lunch. Like if she has all the bread and meats and stuff, her own sandwich.
and low dish lunches. That's the other thing is that's low dishes. Put it in the fridge. I won't forget. I've got like fruit to put away, meat to put away. Like, oh, I'm not done. I was just wrapping up the conversation with you guys. I'm just taking a second to kind of charge my battery because the getting up and down is the most painful part of like the chronic pain. I'm not doing okay right now, but this is an often occurrence. So I just have to figure out how to be okay around not being okay. I'm proud of you for doing all of this. I know on the days you're exhausted, it isn't easy. Thank you. I appreciate it. I was just really dead set on doing my live today about Zach. So I even like the video for my story time was supposed to come out today, but once they fix my internet, I just popped that over to tomorrow, which is the cool thing about the members only setup that I have. And then I went ahead and like laid out a schedule for this week. And so I'm just going to have to find time to edit.
Like, I wasn't really a buddy troll. Like, I didn't have a purpose to what I was doing. Like, I was just friendly. Like, I didn't have a bad motive to being in the chat, but like, I'd be like sarcastic and make inner jokes with other people and stuff, but I never really had a bad ulterior motive for anything.
For content next week, because oh boy, I might have to only do 3 uploads next week. I officially have no backstock of preloaded content. I have stuff to edit, but I stress about not delivering enough for you guys. But that's one of the reasons why I like that I'm getting more comfortable.
Well, hasn't that changed? Now she doesn't care. And why should we be entitled to her time? Her views on that has sure changed.
Doing the members only lives, because this is great and this is a lot easier in a lot of ways to work in content for y'all. And I really like where we're at right now, because there's like, I think as of right now, there's like 67 of you, which is crazy. And that might go down after some of the gifted subs get removed, but
holy shit, 67. But yet in this chat, it's just me, Kels Bells, and Maybella talking. Those are the only 3 people talking. Wow, she's blocked the rest of the 67.
Just having like this amount of people, like, and there like it's like a concentration of like the more active people. So even though there's only like 10 people in the room, there's still like good dialogue and the vibes are great. And yeah, I like it a lot. I get to just be more relaxed, and because like I am me, but I'm also YouTube Rosie at the same time sometimes, you know what I mean? I think you guys can kind of tell in the pre-recorded content. Like sometimes I'm more raw and real in my pre-recorded content, but that's just kind of how content creation works, you know? There's just like an amplified version of yourself. And I feel like I need to be that when I'm live to the public, right? I don't feel that way with you guys, so we're so happy with whatever you give us. You upload so much more often than most people I subscribe to. Thank you, Kels. You're busy, Rosie. Totally understandable. Yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised that I've been able to maintain such a consistent schedule. And I'm 2 weeks into my job.
And Nutmeg, she will block you if she sees you in anybody else's chat. Absolutely. Or her mods will block you, like her real, look at that pause game. Her real gung-ho mods, if they see you in other chats, they'll block you.
Like I'm excited about that, but it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. So my phone's like already kind of dying. Hey, Dandelion, I've got the notification, so I know when to come back. Take it easy. Thank you, Dandelion. So guys, plan for a like 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live on Wednesday. We're going to do Jessica Meska's idea. We're going to go toward shopping. I pre-ran the website a little bit and clicked around. It does show the zip code when I add the size to the cart because, or add the size to the item because it's like, it says ship it. But the good news is that zip code is not my address. It's a very, very, very old one.
And then she has like mods that will figure out your alts sometimes by watching you talk in other chats. So even if you're on your alts in her chat, but you talk about your alts in other chats, like don't do that because they'll figure it out.
And it's a zip code of a place I said I'm from, so it's fine. I'm just not going to update my address because I'm not going to place the order.
Or Rosie does it herself.
Until the following day, because the following day, Thursday, is when I get paid. So I'm going to wait because I'm going to do some damage, you guys. Like, it's going to be a big shop with me. I need bralettes. I need cardigans. I'm going to probably get a couple things for fun. I'm going to Klarna that bitch. I have like a $700 like spending power on Klarna. I don't know if we're necessarily going to max that out because that's a big biweekly payment. but I'm gonna do some damage because I really need some. I need like a lot of, honestly, I need bralettes in a size 5 because this one bralette I have in a size 6 doesn't support me very well because of my weight loss.
Bitch. Really? Well, she's back to her 6X now. So I think her mod right now that's the longest is maybe a year. Maybe a year and a half.
Yeah, the only Torrid haul shopping I support. So it's gonna be a really like intense experience. I'm gonna be like click, 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 and getting everybody's input and stuff, and I think it'll be really fun. So I think I'm gonna stick with Torrid because I want the quality. I want it to look good, and 1+ can sometimes be a little chooky in terms of quality. Yeah, I'm gonna splurge. It's like I'm investing in that for.
I think she did do the haul. I think she bought it, but I don't think she ever showed us. Or she did. Maybe she did. We'll have to look for next time.
Because once that stuff comes, this dress I'll be able to wear to that job because I can put a cardigan over it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can wear all those beautiful tank dresses that Ashley gave me. This is one of them. I can wear all my cami dresses except for a couple of these ones that are too.
Oh, this is a dress that Ash gave her. It does not fit her anymore, no, though.
Casual. Like I'll really be able to expand my wardrobe by a wide margin. I'll also be getting some extra camisoles that'll be good undershirts for and like, it's like some of my other dresses like may have short sleeves, but they're a little too much here, and I'm trying to get dress coded. So, all right, guys, I do need to like take care of myself and like finish up here. I can shower in the morning. I'll have plenty of time. Yeah. I don't even have the energy to get in the pool tonight, which was something I was considering doing. I don't got that in me. Yeah, I'll be in the pool too long and it'll be a problem. All right, guys, I will. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
I don't think the green dress fits any. Oh, I said don't forget to put it in the fridge. I hear stuff downstairs. Yeah, I don't think the green dress fits anymore. Yeah, it doesn't. I think she's a 7X as well, Kentucky Dad. Not enough energy for the pool. Anyways, guys, I gotta go and feed the gremlins. Thank you for joining me. It was a random retro Monday. The highest size at Torrid, I have no idea. I think 6X or 7X, maybe. Maybe some 7X. I don't know. I haven't shopped at Torrid in years and years and years. Thank you to my mods. I always forget to thank you, but you know I love you, right? Like all the time. I love you guys. But I always forget to thank you publicly, so. And you're about to put your son to bed? Yeah. I'm trying to help them become a little bit more independent and have them make their own meals because they're getting to that age. But I do need to have some guidance sometimes. Just make their own meals once in a while, or I'll help them cook it or something. But because they need to learn how to cook, you know. 6X is max at Torrid. Yeah, like the streamer, pay off Rosie's Klarna debt. All right, I'm going to send you guys out with my song. I just love my song. And I want you guys to have a great Monday. Be kind to yourself and have a good week. Hopefully see you soon. God, if I can figure this out. There we go. Oh, I'm not even sharing. Well, this is not doing it right.
Rosie is the queen of the girls, brown eyes and brown hair in curls. Watch her fix her crown with swollen hands. Pantry stacked with baked bean cans. Excuses and trauma dumps. Self-righteous pumps. Arms crossed tight, jaws set hard. Acting like she owns the yard. Rosie thinks she reigns the room, talking loud to hide the broom. Rolls across the floor in chair, glares at the stalkers with her stare. Rides through kitchen in a battered chair, pretends she doesn't need no care. Family calls, she lets it ring. Mattress rumps, only fling. Excuses and trauma dumps. Self-righteous pumps, calling everyone a chump. Arms, legs, and liberty love. Rosie thinks she reigns the room, talking loud to hide the broom. Rolls across the floor in chair, glares at the stalkers with her stare.
Bye, guys. I know that outfit was insane. I love that song. It just reminds me of the 90s. Anyways, thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Love you lots. Have a good night.